Hello, gamers and viewers. We are here back into the Moba Indian Championship, and as we are into the end of this tournament, of course, we are gonna be into this third place match. It's a match between none other than Armageddon Esports and Blaze Squad on onto your picture here right now. As we can see, Armageddon Esports are having the first pick, and Blaze Squad are gonna be having that second pick. So we are gonna be having this best of three series. So both of these teams are ready and pumped up and so ready to get this game going. So without further ado, let's jump into this drafting phase. Okay, there we go. The Fanny being banned away. AE taking it away. Very understandable. Fanny always been in the meta as we speak. So right now. Okay, what do we see here? Because it is a Kalea. It's a debut ban. We do not want a Kalea to be present in any shape or form, in any role. But yeah, very understandable. And considering that the fact that she has been so flexible in how she is picked either into the XP or the room, it's like you have to ban it away. You do not want to give it to Armageddon Esports, but right now for Armageddon, they still have a chance to back out the heroes. That can be such a crazy meta. Possibly the Matilda, they can keep it for themselves, or maybe they can ban out the tanky frontliners. Tanky frontliners are what the bans are most and usually about. So as we speak, this is the tanky frontliner that we were talking about. So the Lucas gotta go. So no Lucas for the side of Team Blaze Squad. So this is getting interesting for both of these teams as of now, because as we speak, the tanky frontliners taken away, the bans are done, and we will be going into this ban coming out from Eratarium. What should he go for here? Interesting here. Maybe ban out some heroes that can be a potential goal laner. Okay, the Matilda. Okay, we've completely forgotten about the Matilda. So Matilda, yeah, even with recent changes in the patch notes, also Matilda has been very consistent in how she is being played and opening up the chances for the draft, for the combination to be opening up as well. But right now, Bronze Boy, what will he pick? What will he go for here? The bands are up. Okay, maybe possibly a Juicen. Yeah, this is good and but still, yeah. Can he go for the Juicen? The bands, or maybe keep it for themselves?
Okay. Which side is Armageddon? Yeah, Armageddon is onto the blue, so they have already proceeded with the draft. And Debbie, I'm so sorry for keeping you waiting, and we are back onto the third place apparently. And okay, Kalia actually she is, if I'm not wrong, she is banned from the tournament scene for 2 weeks at least, and yeah, that's probably, if that's the case for Moba Hub as well, then that's definitely a waste of a ban, I would say, because you could
Yeah.
have gone for something else, and they have decided to waste out a ban. It might be coming up quite some, it might be coming up some, it might be a bit costly for them, or it might not. It depends upon the execution for now, and looks like team yeah, Armageddon, they have done a decent drafting. The Lucas, the Fanny, as well as the Jushin, they are pretty decent bands, I would say. And the Harith also getting prioritized is quite valid because he is still dominant onto the gold lane.
Okay, yeah, this is crazy because many metals are opening up, and will they go for the Suyo? Ryota here, he can go for the Suyo too, but still, what are the choices? Will they go for the Granger or yeah, there are so many options. The Hayabusa is still up. Josie, Charlie Brown here can still play up the Hayabusa too. But then the first pick is where it's going to be important. You can't try to deny. You can try to pick it up as well, but still the
Oh, okay.
Badang getting into play with the slight nerve, with the swing too, with the distance of that first girl. I thought that the Badang wouldn't be as prioritized as it was before, but still coming into play, and Bronze Boy is gonna be using that Badang. So maybe it's the XP or the room, we'll never know. But still, what will Blaze God pick here?
Okay, the Granger is getting back
Oh,
onto the scene, and One thing is Harith, they have bat out the Harith for the Granger maybe, but Irithel is still possible for the side of Team Armageddon Esports because Irithel with her burst damage can be quite of a counter for the Granger once she gets her core items, and Hylos he can be played as a flex pick either onto the EXP or onto the roam position. So Hylos is pretty valid pick, I would say. He will be able to tank a lot of damage, but onto the early game phases, he might struggle a bit. But onto the, when it comes to the initiation, Hylos has definitely the upper advantage.
Yeah, the speed wise as well and the heal too. Yeah, very, very understandable. But still, this is where the problem comes in for the Badang here, right? You do not want to be locked into the lane with the high lows. You want to be rotating as much as possible. But still, there's a possibility for the flexing too. But right now, the picks are open up. Well, they can go for this. Ryota has been such a good Louis player, but still they have to prioritize their jungle first. Okay, Joy being prioritized much more than the Seal. Okay,
Where
this is
there is
interesting.
light,
Okay, there we go.
there are
Louis
also
appearing. It's none other than
shadows.
Ryota. Is going to be using the Louis. So the macro factor, the macro advantage is definitely gonna go into the hands of Armageddon Esports, but still chances are that Blaze Squad can pick out the hero that can basically be non-matter for the Louis here. What are the choices? What could they go for here? Okay, Hayabusa.
Okay, Hayabusa. Hayabusa, he got some nerves as well,
Yeah.
if I'm correct. And Haya, he can be quite not that much of a dominant hero like he was before, but still he is quite a valid pick. But against the Louis, one thing I did notice about Armageddon Esports is they are quite comfortable with the Louis pick as well as those divergent plays. Their synergy is up to the point, and they do know how to utilize that Louis pick well. So it is going to be depending upon that execution and Louis. It depends upon the divergent plays coming up from her.
Yeah, this diversion play is gonna be the game decider, but still, I really like the Hayabusa play coming out from the side of Blaze Squad here because this is gonna be putting, Armageddon Esports in the back foot into the early stages of this game. But still, we gotta see the bans are up and Airtel taken away. But could they go for another marksman ban here because Ito is yet to pick up his marksman and they can try to go for something very different too because Herrick gone, it is still gone. What are the choices? Will they still ban out the marksman? Highly unlikely. But there are choices, there are chances. Maybe the carry can be it, but yeah, the carry can be easily handled by the Hayabusa. Oh, but
A
still
new
they
ways
can't go
Oh,
for the
continue.
okay.
carry. Interesting because they are just narrowing down the amount of golden domination that a Armageddon can pick here,
Hope
but
will
still the
find a
mage has
way,
to be here. Okay,
even when all
Armageddon
is forlorn.
banning out the Vexana. Okay, these three teams, they are very decisive of their strategies.
Indeed, and two goal line bans from the side
Yeah.
from the side of the red team as well. And against the Granger, I think Beatrix also worked out pretty decently. But knowing it though, he is quite comfortable with the Moskov too. So we can be seeing the Moskov coming up from the side of Team Armatic and Esports. Even though Moskov is not that much of a priority pick, he is a situational pick, and if he is able to execute the Moskov well, then with those SOD plays as well as with those clutch plays, Ito can really be a game changer for the side of Team Armaticans.
This is great. But yeah, all right, what are the choices of the bands here? Okay, the picks. I mean, the
Payback
Farsa are
time is
coming into
ending.
play. Okay, Indians love the Farsa, right? Because every game that we have seen so far, the Farsa has always
Awaken,
coming into
Dreadbloom,
play. Right
the
now, oh, the
tyrant of
only
wrath,
choice of
and
a
burn
marksman
this wretched
available for
world.
Ito here has to be
Okay.
Moskov, right? And this is good, definitely. He's just put in a position where the Moskov is the only chance that he have. The Beatrix might be, but still. No, even if he go for the Beatrix too, it's just that the ranges are quite similar, and there's a Farsa onto the other side. He's gonna be gunning you down. He's gonna be bombarding you with the damage, and the range is something that you cannot control. So maybe he's just trying to go for a faster mobility of a hero because definitely the Moskov is gonna be faster than the Beatrix.
Sand
So
rises
interesting
when I
choice
get
of
to
a
work.
hero, but still the Khalid coming into play.
Definitely. And Moskov against the Granger, I would say it would be mastery over meta because Moscow is not that much prioritized, but still Moscow is still a good pick, I would suggest. And Team Armageddon Esports, they have decided to rely with the comfort more because the Luoyi and the Moscow, they are, quite comfortable with these kind of picks. And apparently, we are yet to see whether it is going to be that Badam onto the roam position, or maybe the Khalid onto the roam position. So both of these heroes being the flex pick, they have both of their choices right there.
Okay, still for the side of Blaze Squad. And it's still a flex for them to go for the Hylos, but what are the choices that they can go for the Tigreal here? It might have been good. Let's. Oh, what?
Oh, okay.
Julian!
Okay.
Is this a Julian XP lane or something else that we are not aware? Okay, this is crazy. What are the chances that Julian will be the room? No, not he's not gonna be the room, of course.
Julian
He's gonna be the
EXP?
OP. Okay.
Yeah, Julian
Oh,
EXP, I guess.
a
Definitely,
very
yeah.
detached. What do you reckon? What are the chances that he's gonna be winning down the lane against a bronze
Oh,
boy here? But
okay. Oh, that was quite confusing, but still, EXP Julian for the win. If it was a mid lane Julian, mid lane Julian also kind of works out, but still, onto the EXP side, it's more like of a rag pick. We don't see it often onto the tournament scene, so it would be quite something worth to watch, or maybe it might be a mistake, but we don't know. So this is going to be the third place game between Team Armageddon going up against Team Blaze Squad. So here we go onto the land of Dawn, and I would like to ask you, Debbie, like which draft do you like it better?
just because of Julian, I would say Armageddon, but still the Julian can work out. But we cannot forget Itami. We have our special guest today, into the casting desk. He was not here for the draft, but he is surely gonna be here now. The fan favorites. It's none other than Kronos. Hi, Kronos. You are welcome here.
Hey, thank you so much for having me here, Debbie and Itami, of course. And I can see that these two teams are set and ready to rock and roll. But of course, at the same time, taking a look at their draft and these beautiful skins that they have in store. I mean, you guys want to get a part of these skins? You can get that through diamonds. How do you get diamonds? Through the giveaway that we have on the channel. So don't go anywhere and stay tuned, because at the moment, Armageddon Esports definitely want to make their presence felt on the map.
Yeah, this is it. Because Ryota, oh, this guy is amazing onto this Julian. And oh my goodness, what is that? A first kill onto the top side, Kronos.
Yeah, that's a first blood already given, and you can see that Julian as well being taken down. Vortex not having the greatest of starts in this game, 2-0 in the hands of Armageddon Esports, so definitely on the front foot, looking to take the advantage and convert that into turret structures. You can see bot side and top side both going ham, but of course seems like Fiero also seems like to have some trouble. And at the moment, ladies and gentlemen, let's not forget, if they're having trouble, they can always request for a pause, and we want to make sure if they request for it, we give them the pause. Otherwise, we will not be able to, because we do not want to give any unfair advantage to any team, but only if requested upon. So at the moment, you can see that Armageddon Esports are dominating the game nonetheless.
Yeah, very early goal lead, 3K already under the hands of Ito here, under that Moscow, and this will be the first structure falling down under 2 minutes, Kronos. This is crazy because the first neutral objective is yet to be up, and they already secured one tower. And yeah, for we can, albeit it's just the Granger, he's offline. So they have chances to ask for the pause, but still they are not maybe. So Armageddon will keep on going.
Oh, Ryota, diversion play on the top side. They catch Vortex. I think he wants to go for the 1v1 play. Make that a 2v1. Vortex between a rock and a hard place gets caught in the fist break combo. Killing spree in the hands of course, Bronze Boy. And you know what? Bronze Boy seems like he doesn't want to get a bronze in this game.
Yeah, this is his kind, because he was like, I got get so much into the lane, maybe name myself bronze so that I will try to not be bronze anymore. But yeah, there we go. We have to restart just a little bit, so a little bit of troll. Might get done. Yeah, this is
I think
time.
definitely having issues on their side, right? You can see that very clearly, and at the moment.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are back in the Moba Indian Championship as we are ending our tournaments. we have the third place match going on for today. This is gonna be a best of three series between Armageddon Esports and Blaze Squad. So as we can see right now, the draft will be up because yeah, do not mind the bans because we are gonna be picking out the best drafting here. It's gonna be dependent on what the picks is gonna be. It's same, but still just one last change. But yeah, we cannot forget our guest caster here. He's one of the not one, he's the best caster in India and a fan favorite as well. None other than Kronos. He's joining me today.
Hey, thank you so much for your kind words, Debbie. I'm humbled and I'm flattered, of course. Although I wouldn't say I'm the best just yet, there's still a long way to go. And always looking to get better. But you know what else they're looking to get better? Both these teams, Armageddon Esports versus Blaze Squad. They had everything locked down. I think the last pick is what they want to change. Only time will tell what's going on for that one. But of course, when we find and figure out the draft that's on board, it will be super great to get the game started.
Yeah, we are waiting for it, right? Because we don't know what the last draft was gonna be, and it's kind of a mystery too because they have a high risk for the side of Blaze Squad, and we weren't sure if he was going into the XP side or still the roaming position. So, what do you think will be a roamer or an XP laner?
Yeah, I think the high lows definitely would be better if he was sitting a lot more in the EXP position in this case, just because of the fact that it's gonna be difficult to go against the roaming Joy, but you would want to protect the Farsa, right? And especially going against the Lu Yi, you're gonna eat up a lot of those dispersion rotation combo. And now, no, they went for the Belleric, which works. I like the Belleric just because of it provides a counter to the Moskov and also the Joy. So, hey, Blaze God, we're cooking.
Oh, this was the missing piece, right? They wanted this hero until their last pick, and this is gonna be the answer for any kind of dive coming out from the side of Armageddon Esports. I almost always say alter ego though. Still, sorry for that, but yep, the drafts are set in, and both of the teams are ready because they wanna go in, try to put up their best because in this best of three series you want to have the first game advantage onto your hands. You do not want to give up because there are so less chances. So as we can see right now, a little bit of change in the spell, Kronos. Can you see it?
Yeah, I think the spells, of course, I'm not really sure about the execute on the Farsa, but of course, at the moment, seems like they're running with it. Want to make sure you get that lower HP Joy when she's close to you executed. So I see the reason why he went for it, but is it the best kind of pick in my opinion? I don't think so. So Botob at the moment will not be able to reposition, does not have a Purify if he gets caught in the Raging Sandstorm, and also the Fist Break combo. But definitely if a Joy is low in and around her, she'll be looking to, kind of use that to execute to finish him off.
Yeah, that has to be the only reason, right? But then again, as we focus on to the mid lane side, the clarity, the Wings by Wings just used to drone away JJ444 from the jungle, but still, as we speak, the gold lane matchup, the Moscow and the Granger has been a recent popularity, right, in their meta, but who's coming out on top? That has to be a question I always, ask, but still, I reckon that Granger might be having a better time at the early stage of this game.
Yeah, I think Granger definitely will have a better early game compared to the Moskov. The Moskov is usually picked just to have that outplay potential, but oh my goodness, you can see him going straight away. The dispersion rotation made sure you take down Botob, but First Blood was in the hands of Blaze Squad, taking down JJ 444, of course, and that was really well played from Ryota.
Oh, a good start, but still another trait into the hands of Roamer for Roamer falling down. But then again, the turtle, the first initial objective, will be up in less than 20 seconds, and both of these teams are gonna be trying to set up and The better setup may be for Armageddon just because of the high mobility coming out from the Khalid, just roving around, surfing here and there, just trying to keep out the vision, and still a good clearance coming out from Bronze Boy in comparison with a Vortex onto that Hyla. So level 4 is what they are going to be needing, but still not yet. But yeah, Bronze Boy in a position to try to go for a stun if only if the side of Blaze Squad tries to look for a contest.
Yeah, I don't think Blaze Squad are looking to contest. Even EXP wasn't there present at that time. But you know what? They want to contest that gold lane. They want to poke down Ito as fast as possible with diversion play on towards Asama. Did not have a great time trying to clear his own jungle. That's the power of the diversion play, and you can see it right now. They go on towards Arat as well. Beautiful positioning coming out from both top to land that feathered airstrike. They catch JJ 444 between a rock and a hard place, but he has the quicksand guard to make sure he can survive and also regen his way back up. But in the meantime, Ito trying to find something in the mid lane of the map.
Yeah, that was a perfect choice of a spell that he had before. That was an onslaught that he was taking a lot of damage, but he had to flicker away to safety, and that flickered helped him quite a lot. But oh, look at the flickering.
Oh, they go in for the combo, of course, forcing the flicker out from Erat. Helium as well is really good with the quad shadow going in. Ogi's shadow kill expended as well, but that's a nice diversion play onto the backside. Not the perfect one just yet, but they catch a Vortex here with that Law and Order on towards Bronze Boy. Feathered airstrike is there, and right now you can see the Joy might want to go to the back line. Charlie Brown making sure that's not the right time, waiting for the right opportunity.
Oh, Ito might be caught here. Pharaoh getting the kill, so this is gonna be interesting to say the least, because right now, goal laners, as we speak, one kill onto Granger and one that's onto the Moskov, but it's highly likely that the Moskov is not going to be having the goal lead, and Granger, of course, he gets to have the snowball going, but look at the Gilbert side from it.
Yeah, you can see instantly the feathered airstrike. Boltop's positioning has been really good, but unfortunate for Sama, not able to pick up that purple buff for himself. Means that he will not have enough energy, but JJ over here trying to scout out the bushes. The Wrath of Dryads coming through on towards Era as well. Ryota taking low for the Death Sonata, has to flicker out of harm's way. JJ 444 will fall down, and so will Ryota. That is 2 kills perfectly executed from the side of Blaze Squad, and now finding a way to pull back the advantage that was taken away by Armageddon Esports. They get this turtle, which is the second turtle of the game, and now slowly but surely trying to find an opening. As you can see, the feathered airstrike on towards Charlie Brown, but he had the retribution to secure that purple buff.
That was a good transition coming out from Blaze Squad still. Oh, Charlie Brown trying to look for something here. Yeah, this is just a Valeric. He cannot go in for more. So looking at the build so far, Charlie Brown secured out the Sterlium side first, but he's still going to be needing the Holy Crystal in order to hit that power spike into the mid game as well. But we have to focus, right? We have to focus on a Boltop here. He's got the perfect position onto that far side, but oh, look at the top side.
On the top side, they want to go on towards them. Fist crack, fist break combo on towards Helium. He definitely is not having a good time. Ogi shadow kill, but they spread out the damage with the feather airstrike on point as well. Sama, fast fingers with the quad shadow. I thought he'd get somebody, but wasn't able to find an opening. But here, Vortex with the glorious pathway on towards Ryota. Got them low, but there's a lot of CC present, and I think he's trying to bite off more than he could chew. Will get taken down, and not just yet, but Fierro is there to spoil the party. Get stuck with the Hylos, That was funny. He just got stuck with the Hylos for a second.
Yeah, it was a horror steal, and okay. Where the party went on onto the top lane side, it was lonely for Ito here. He was onto the bot side alone, trying to secure the first neutral objective as in the structure, taken down onto the bot side. So that has to be the only compensation that he's finding, and maybe trying to catch up with the goal that he's been losing, but still he's so far ahead, 600 goal behind onto the Granger against the Granger. So he's going to be needing all the farm, because this is a Moskov. He's definitely dependent on all to the equipments as well, and the late game is where he's going to be shining, and the Holy Trinity is definitely needed on his hands too. So, all the Moskov need is the farm and the spacing, and the late game is what they have to focus on for Armageddon Esports.
Yeah, I think at the moment Armageddon Esports looking to get that Moskov up and running, but guess what? Who's running is Vortex with that glorious pathway. They catch them off guard. Ryota gets taken down, and now the next one on the chopper block, of course, Charlie Brown. He will go down as well. So that means an easy neutral objective scored for the side of Blaze Squad.
Falling like dominoes. Armageddon Esports, they aren't yet to find their footing because they have been so messy and all the team fights are going, but still the mid lane was tried to be taken down by Ito, but oh, look at that, SOD.
SOD did connect, but you can see Vortex right now creating enough space for his team, and I think Ryota really needs to start pulling off really good diversion plays with the help of JJ444 as well. He has a lot of early game presence, but if they're not able to utilize it right now, it will start falling off just because of the fact that this Farsa is starting to get online. The damage is going to hurt, and you can see right now they go for the diversion play on towards the top side. So using the utility of these ultimates really well, and Erat's Helium's positioning is absolutely impeccable, providing so much vision for the rest of his team that gives an opening for them to actually do something at this point.
Oh, there's a starter fight.
Yeah, you can see he goes with the Wrath of the Dryads as well. They catch him with the Law and Order. Ito's the first one to fall. Next is JJ. They get a double kill in the hands of Fiero. 7-0-0. If he has a Sky Pierce, it's going to start hurting at this point. And while the team fight's going on, Sama was even able to get the bot side tower. Now they're sieging at the mid lane tier 1 turret with that feathered airstrike beautifully positioned coming from Botob.
The kill pressure coming out from Blaze Squad. 60 stacks onto the Sky Piercer for Firo here. This is gonna be so hard for Armageddon to handle because even if they try to go in for a fight, the frontliners are gonna be chucked down. The only way they can do and try to respond to those team fight is if the Raging Sandstorm has been landed perfectly onto Firo. But on top of that, it has to be it has to be both top onto that first that they should also focus on. So just the team fights are not going to be won by Armageddon this time around because into the mid game, all the teams, all the players for the side of Blaze Squad has been farmed up and they want to look for fights here and there because they know that they are going to be winning.
They are going to be winning unless Armageddon Esports have something to say about it, right? Because they're in position and you can see Spear of Misery connected on towards Sama. Ito realized that the Ogi Shadow Kill could always take him down without the Wind of Nature being present for him. It could be a problem to try to get the Glorious Pathway, but the CC chain is just way too much. Vortex falls down. And now they look at this neutral objective, Sama, in prime position to try and steal it away. But Bronze Boy scouted him out. The Quad Shadow coming through. He's super low. He goes for the Yogi Shadow Kill on towards the Lord as well. We'll have to go back. We'll not be able to get the Lord. Retribution secured by Charlie Brown, of course. And you can see the Raging Sandstorm to make sure they go back. And now Blaze Squad will have to run away. But beautifully timed feathered airstrike. Make sure that JJ will get taken down. So they get one, pay the price of two, and even sacrifice the Lord. Armageddon Esports, backs against the wall, are trying to get ahead. Electrifying beats into the back line. And so far, you can tell that Botob was not able to use that execute.
Oh, the execute, if he had the flicker there, he could have secured a lot more kills than he had right now. But still, a good zoning coming out from with a feather airstrike with that high ground clearance that he have on top of this with the Grandeur too. This is gonna be good if they had that discipline in how they are gonna go for how they were starting the fight here and there. But still, Armageddon, they are cutting back with that little bit of win that they had. Not a little bit because they secure out the Lord, so they're gonna be having an advantage in the structure wise as well because the turrets on the top side will be focused down and the mid might be into the focus.
Yeah, I think they gotta focus, right? They gotta find a way to get something going for themselves. Lord, of course, in the top side, marching through, making sure they can. It's a Luminous Lord. Let's not forget the new chains that the Lord has had would be a problem. But Ito right now able to flicker out of harm's way, catching Sama off guard, who already used the Ogi Shadow Kill. The Quad Shadows expended as well, and now they're after him. They're on the hunt, and you can see with that electrifying beats, they're able to pick up the kill. Really well played. Good presence of mind coming out from Ito, and now they are able to slowly start taking the map and make it more blue.
Goal lead as we speak is into the hands of Armageddon as of now because they were quite equal, but still the focus, they are eyeing that mid lane.
Definitely eyeing that mid lane indeed. You can see the Feather Airstrike being expended already. Glorious Pathway is there at the moment to kind of zone them away, but good defense coming in from the side of Blaze Squad, but only delaying the inevitable at the moment after being down 3,000 in gold.
This is a good response for Armageddon now, and I'm quite worried that for Blaze God, they shouldn't be throwing around as much as gold as possible, because for the side of Armageddon, they have either wanted that marksman that's late game heavy, that's late game competition is the Moscow, but oh, look at that, the duality being used.
Yeah, you can see they go in with the Wrath of the Dryads as well. Catching Bronze Boy, who goes in and tries to get the combo down. He gets the Fist Crack, of course, but at the same time, Raging Sandstorm into the back line. A shutdown on towards Fiera. They lose Botop as well. Unable to use that Execute at this point. They get the third. Vortex falls down. All standing strong from the side of Armageddon Esports before the Lord is up. So now they'll be looking to take away an inhibitor. No Wrath of the Dryads. No Ogi Shadow Kill to try and create that space or clear the waves out. As you can see, they zone him out from his own tower. Back to his own base. Sama, not sure what he was thinking, gets taken down. The minion waves are there. They could possibly end the game, and I think they're going for it at this point. Charlie Brown, with the help of JJ, Ryota just making sure Helium has to go back, and they get the base crystal. Take game number 1 in this third place finish.
Priorities are straight for Armageddon Esports. They know that the base is definitely what they have to focus on. They're not trying to look for a great amount of fights, and there we go. The play style played out because their patience was unhinged. But until the start, they were falling down in combos just a little bit because their team fights were quite messy. They weren't in the perfect position still, but yes, there was a perfect transition. They finally found back their footing, and they used all their heroes to their advantage, even with the frontline tanky heroes composition for the side of Blaze Squad. They were able to respond to it just because of the Louis pick for Ryota here.
Yeah, that Lu Yi got to be banned out for the next game, if you ask me. Definitely making a lot of plays. It's not just the Lu Yi, it's a combination with that Khalid, right? The early game is so dominant with that. And then you have the finisher with Charlie Brown coming through with the joy, just dancing around them. And guess what? Hey, you didn't pick up the Purify, or you didn't even pick up the Flicker, so you cannot reposition yourself, Botab, and that's why it's a very good draft, and I understand what you mean by a good draft they had, Debbie, because this was a great game coming out from Armageddon Esports after losing out a little bit in the early game as well, losing their footing in the mid game. It was just kind of difficult for them to make it back for Blaze Squad. So, well played, Armageddon, and I think for the next one, they definitely need to ban out that Louis.
Yeah, the Louis got to go. Blaze God, if they learned their lesson into the first game, yeah, ban out the Louis. But still, yes, we're gonna be chasing out and taking a break for the casters here and for the players too. So before we get into the second game, ladies and gentlemen, please wait for us because we are coming back in just a little while.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are, of course, watching the MOBA India Championship. And at the moment, game number 1 was taken away by Armageddon Esports. As you can see, Armageddon versus Blaze Squad. It is going to be the best of 3 in this third place match. Correct me if I'm wrong, but of course, at the moment, my name is Kronos. Joining me, the one and only Wanz, all the way making it here in the MOBA India Championship. How you doing, Wanz, today?
Doing great. Just been a little off for a few days, but here I am casting one of the GOAT casters, you yourself, Chronos, out there doing the things, that you're supposed to do. So really honored to be here with you tonight. This is like my first time casting with you, so I'm really excited.
Hey, I'm excited too. It's not just your first time casting with me, it's my first time casting with you. And of course, that only means it's going to be an exciting time, right, Once? Because right
Yeah.
now, if you take a look at the draft, let's talk about what both teams have in store. I mean, I see Debbie put that alter ego in my head just because their logo looks like it. It's Armageddon Esports have a good Lo Yi player, right? Ryota has been
Mhm.
doing really well with the Lo Yi. Do you think Blaze Squad kind of need to ban it out?
Oh, well, we did see a lot of diversion plays with that Louis, so having that kind of a respect for that Louis would be quite viable here because the Louis can be a little troublesome, with those surprise plays that she can pull off with that diversion. So having that respect band would always be a good, for Team Blaze here.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a good band that they have to go for. Just the respect it out, like you mentioned. Of course, taking out the Suyo on the side of Alter Armageddon Esports means that they do not want to give any sort of a jungle prowess towards the other side. The Fanny being taken away, and now what can the other picks be? You still got the Zushin, you still got the Joy. The Joy was a problem in the hands of Charlie Brown. Do you really want to give that away? What do you think, Ones?
Well, Charlie was really dominant with that joy. The way he gapped the Hayabusa with that joy was really devastating for Team Blaze here. So Team Blaze, they have to, consider that joy as well. But then again, they have a lot of things to ban out. They do have the first pick, but they will be giving out two picks onto the side of Armageddon, right? If they do not ban away those meta heroes, we've seen that Blaze here, they're coming up with a lot of roam bans on the first phase of the draft. They already picked two roamers, which is Kalia and Matilda, as well as the Fanny. So they are prioritizing these annoying roamers as well as the Fanny because obviously you do not want to go off against that Fanny. It is just way too hectic to deal with her. And with that, we see that even Armageddon, they're banning away the Sicilian, which can be a little troublesome in the late game. So yeah, the bans are looking pretty solid. But as you mentioned, the Joy on Charlie, it is going to be really, difficult for Team Blaze to counter for the Joy. If not, if they don't take a hero that can suppress her dash, like Kufra or heroes that can pin down heroes like Joy instantly. So yeah.
Yeah, I think definitely you rightly said the Kufra, although not really in the current meta, it definitely is a counter to the Joy. But having secured that Granger with the high lows, having a front line, front to back composition, trying to run them down with that glorious pathway, just drop down
Yeah.
that racetrack, and then you got this horse trying to run a race. But the one who could probably stop them, of course, is this Badang being picked up. Should be slaughtered either in the EXP or roam position. Only time will tell. But at the same time, they still leave that Joy open. So I'm not really sure if that's the smartest way to approach this draft, just because of the fact that there are so many options open. Another good option would be, of course, looking at the gold lane. The Herod still being left open, paired up with the
Yeah.
Badang, is going to be an absolute nuisance. You see the Herod being locked in, and probably a Joy as well, just because of the fact that the Joy will be picked up and might be choked out later on in the second phase of the draft. But going
Mhm.
with the Farsa being picked up means that they have high ground. It definitely makes it difficult for the Farsa to play against the Hylos, but not impossible.
Yeah, it is going to be tricky to pull up a Farsa here because they have shown their mid card here. And looking at Armageddon, they are, prioritizing the EXP for now. They've secured a Phobius on their side, which is a really good pick, I'd say, because it is definitely a counter for Harrod because Harrod, with the Zaman Force and Chrono Dash, he will be dashing a lot. So that will highly benefit the Phobius passive, right? It will allow him to fill up the passive, put those stacks, and trigger the Infernal Pursuit. So it is looking pretty solid from the side of Armageddon as well. And looking at the bans here, they are going for the counter ban for that Phobius because CC can actually dish out a lot of damage with that Yo-Yo Bliss and the Yo-Yo combined. and especially with the War Axe. So she will deal tons of burst and true damage there. So banning her away here, it's looking really good. But then again, our Megadon are also banning away that Gatot. I feel like they could have, not banned the Gatot because here, if you look at the composition onto the side of Team Blaze, it is not, looking like they are going to go for the Gatot because they have the Badang. They need a strong EXP here, a good front line. And talking about the front line, I see that Blaze here, they are showing a Lucas. Are they going to lock on that Lucas just yet? I'm not sure.
The Lucas is good, pairs up well. You have two fighters. You create enough space for the Farsa and the Hare to dance around, of course. But what I'm kind of looking at is that Gatot ban is there, yes, but also at the same time. Wait a second, is that a Hanzo? Oh my goodness, we haven't seen a Hanzo in a long, long time. At least I have not. I was gonna say Armageddon Esports are looking to pick up a Eve, but with this Hanzo being picked up, I don't think the Eve is the best pick, and they also go for the Carmilla. So definitely want to go all guns blazing in the team fight. They have enough frontline presence. But will this Hanzo work? Because it's a very risky pick. It's high risk, high reward. It works or does not. They go for a high ground mage nonetheless with the Xavier being hovered upon. I think the Eve is what they wanted to go with, but Xavier is also a high ground mage. I'm not really sure about that skin. He looks quite weird once. Do you like that skin?
Yeah. Well, honestly, not my favorite skins because of the concept and the color itself. It's really bright, with the pink.
Wait a second.
Wow.
The Faramis.
Did not see the Faramis coming.
Yeah,
but then
I
again,
didn't see it either.
but then looking at the composition that Armageddon they have here, it might work because they have a lot of initiators. They have 3 front lines on their side, and they have the Grandeur that will be dishing out a lot of damage from the back. So having 3 front lines, that will be the bodyguard for that Grandeur, and having that extra HP that he will be provided, from his ultimate, from Faramis' ultimate there, it'll be really good for them. But then again, they will lack that burst and CC that they need from a mage here. So that is one drawback that they have with the Faramis pick.
Yeah, I think definitely a lot of drawbacks. I'm trying to look at the positives of the Faramis pick. They do want to be full dive with what they have. With this Granger trying to dish damage out from afar. But will this Hanzo step up to the plate? Because that's the most important thing. Because ladies and gentlemen, to get ready, because we are getting ready to go into the Land of Dawn, of course. We have Armageddon Esports on the red side. On the blue, we have Blaze Squad. It is game number 2 for the 3rd place finish, of course, in the Moba India Championship. My name is Kronos. Alongside me, Wands. Wands, you know the draft. Yeah. Which team do you think is going to come out on top?
Looking at the team Blaze, I see they have a lot of late game potential. They have the Harrod. As well as, talking about the Henzo, though, I'm kind of skeptical because he did receive a adjustment, where in the recent patch he consumes a lot more energy. But then again, if he manages to hit that 2nd skill, he can regain a lot of energy as well. So it's kind of, as you said, it's a high risk, high play reward for that Henzo to work out here. And looking at the composition that team Armageddon they have, it is going to be hard to pull off that Henzo because they are way too tiny. Even the Alpha will be bursting down that Henzo spirit way too quickly with that Spear of Alpha, and that swing. So it is going to be really hard for the Henzo, to even get close to that Grandeur because of the front lines that they have to protect the Grandeur, as well as, the Faramis there. It is going to be quite tricky to catch him as well. Oh,
Charlie Brown went in all guns blazing with a Spear of Alpha onto our Erat Helium. But at the same time on the bot side, you can see the Hanzo getting cornered at the moment with a 3-man gank at the bot side. They go in through. Hylos is there, trying to get some damage down. First blood in the hands of Hylos. They take down the 2nd as well. So Blaze Squad, rather Armageddon Esports, find their way, find an advantage on the bot side. They were aggressive on the top side as well. So not looking good for Blaze Squad thus far.
Yeah, Blaze, they have a late game. Oh, look at the bot there.
Ooh. I'm not sure. I don't know what they're thinking at this point, right? They have 3 people trying to conquer the bot side. You can see instantly they
Oh.
take down Sama as well. This is why the Hanzo is such a weak pick in the early game, especially before he hits the level 4 power spike, and then paired up with the Carmilla,
my
you're asking and looking for troubles, because that's what happened at this point. They even secured the neutral objective with the mid lane being weak enough in the early game to expose this Hanzo. Sama definitely not having a great time.
Oh, well, they definitely are not having a great time with the Henzo because they're not managing to pull off that early game snowball that they need. And on the other side, Armageddon, they have those early game heroes as well as late heroes. So and the game will be probably tilted towards the side of Armageddon because they have a lot of early potential. And here goes the Henzo there. Oh.
Well, at this point, they want to go in. Let's see what's going on. But at the same time, JJ's vision control is so good from Armageddon Esports. And Fiero's not really able to do anything because the level 4 power spike that Ito needed is there on his hands. And with the Purify being present, no Vengeance or Flicker to reposition. He's having a rough time. As you can see, the Mod Forces drop down. A Glorious Pathway to cut off the pathing as well. He gets taken down. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Armageddon Esports recalling right in front of their face, trying to show off that Alpha Legend skin, of course. And if you need to get that skin, you need diamonds. You want to get diamonds, you gotta be at the Moba India Championship because there's a lot of giveaways going on. And let's not forget, you want to be a part of it, make sure you follow the instructions of the moderators. But of course, Wands, that was really well played from Armageddon Esports.
Well, Armageddon, they definitely have the higher grounds here. You know, they have built a lot of pressure. And for Team Blaze to bounce back from this, it's going to be really hard because if we look at the goal here, we see that Blaze here almost around, what, 3k, they're like 3k goal behind. And here, look at the top side, Chronos. A lot of poke coming in just from that Hylas and Fire Mist alone. They are, you know, on the lead and they are dishing out a lot of damage there. Oh.
Ooh, that's a lot of damage indeed. Ryota forced the flicker out, but the first break combo coming through. You can see that the Glorious Pathway slowing them down, slowing down the progress of Armageddon. For Blaze Squad, oh, he goes in with a Kinjutsu, trying to dish out some damage, but guess what? To no avail, because Ryota is the first pick. They finally get in the game. Sama able to pick something up for himself, but guess what? Here comes the rest of the cavalry trying to get them on the chopping block, but the Curse of Blood connects really well. No feathered airstrike to dish out the damage. The Mod Force coming through, but still, Erat Helium was the first one to fall. Bronze Boy soaking up so much damage, and finally Botab unlocks the feathered airstrike, nukes down Bronze Boy, and takes him down.
Wow. I didn't expect, you know, Team Blaze here to manage to even pull off kills because Armageddon, on the other hand, they are so tanky and they were falling off really hard in the early game, especially. It is the early game as well, but then again, look at that Farsa with that 150% movement speed just flying around in front of the faces of Armageddon.
Yeah, I think at the moment, Armageddon Esports looking strong. The Farsa is the only way they can come back with any sort of damage, and of course the Hanzo are trying to do the same. But Sama not having a great early game means that they'll not be able to do much, repositioning himself Botab with a nice feathered airstrike. But guess what? The Glorious Pathway just running them down. At least the Zaman Force was dropped, but he can't really do anything. Fiero should be taken down instantly. Yes, he does. The Ghostbusters with the damage coming out from Ito is there as well. Sama going on towards him. He secures the kill. Finally finding small win conditions, finding small opportunities that they can convert. But at the moment, with the way Armageddon Esports are conquering the map, it's looking difficult. It's looking bleak for the side of Blaze Squad.
Yeah, Blaze Squad. Oh my god, just look at the aggression coming off from the side of Armageddon. Oh.
Yeah, at the moment, they want to go on towards Vortex. No, they can't. Sama between a rock and a hard place. He's trying to slide his way out of there, but where can you go? There's nowhere to run. He will get taken down. Easy for Ryota. 4-1-4 on this Faramis. Zaman Force dropped down, but Fiero's being run over by a horse, by a centaur. This Hylo's being a problem. A Vortex can't stop it either. Law in order to hold him in place. Infernal Pursuit secures the double. And Ito making moves around the map, making sure that, hey, while the fight is going on, I know what's the most important thing is these turret structures, and finds himself some free real estate.
Wow, the moment, Blaze here, they're looking for openings. Oh my god, just look at the Henzo. He can't even do anything. He just goes in with the spirit and he is just unable to even sustain what's going on there. Oh,
Yeah, at this moment, the Amino Habakiri doesn't look like as strong as it used to be. With the feathered airstrike to clear the wave. And a lot of poke coming through. I think the Death Sonata goes in as well. They get the Curse of Blood into the back line, but here comes Sama with that Kinjutsu combo. But guess what? They have, of course, that Nether Realm to help them survive. And now there's no possible way for Blaze Squad to have an opening, and they'll be choked out of their own jungle.
oh, look at the bot. Oh my god.
Yeah, fist break combo coming through, but guess what? Charlie Brown just flexing that new skin, goes in with the Spear of Alpha, takes him down, and Ryota right now, caught between a rock and a hard place, finally falls in the hands of course, Sama. He picks it up twice now, 3-3-0. Not a great KDA, but of course, they don't even have any sort of map control. 9k down and goal lead. And you can see how much of a problem this alpha, this early game Hylos has been against this Hanzo.
Well, they have definitely built the momentum right off the early game here. Oh,
Goodness, they built that momentum, but the Curse of Blood did connect. The Monforce Charlie Brown almost went down for Ryota's Nether Realm, making sure it is completely nullified. Ito was there to try and save the day, but guess what? JJ wants to run them down, and now Botab will be burst down with that Death Sonata. Ryota is there just waiting for him to go back, and you can see he's trying to pull him back with the Ghostbuster as well. No, he does not, and seems like Armageddon Esports have the number of course, Blaze Squad, and you can see they're trying to penetrate, they're trying to force their way through. Not the brightest of ideas, but they have enough damage. The goal lead is on their side. This Alpha is completely unstoppable. Gets a double, could go for the triple as well. Finally gets shut down after Fiero dropped that Zaman Force. And call me crazy, but I think he was just being aggressive, just making sure he could inflate his own ego and going in for a big puffed up chest play and got taken down there.
Oh my god, the way he just sniped that Harrod down with that Death Sonata, it is just crazy the amount of damage this Granja is dealing.
Hey, this guy, he has to play a different game, right? Not Mobile Legends 5v5, because the way he's sniping the opposition down seems like he's been playing different games all across the board. At the moment, you can see once again with that Death Sonata, he has been an absolute monster, this Granger. Taking down Botab low enough. They don't even want the Lord. They're pressing their advantage, but I think it's not the right time. But they go for the Glorious Pathway nonetheless and catch them off guard. Instantly take down Sama. Curse the Black connected on towards 3, but there's the Feathered Airstrike. Winter Crown to try and save him. But still, they run away. They take down the second. And I think at the moment, Armageddon Esports need to think about the bigger picture. They gotta go for the Lord, because that's the one that's there. The neutral objective that could help them secure the game. And at this point, you can tell that they realize they cannot force themselves anymore. They cannot brute force their way into the base crystal, and they go for the Lord. 10th minute Lord, but with the changes in the recent patch, it is a Lord that will crash on towards the base.
Oh yeah, it definitely will crash with that Lord's Passive there. And talking about Armageddon, they kind of overextended in a lot of fights there. And they lost a lot of members as well. If we look at the kills, on the side of Blaze, they have secured 8 kills, and oh my god, look at that Harrod go. Oh,
he's going crazy, right? He's dancing around, he's making sure he can do something, but guess what? The space not being provided. You want to dance around, you gotta eat a face full of bullets. The music, the only thing that you're gonna hear is that violin from Granger, and they went in for the Spear of Alpha after baiting out the dash from Vortex, take him down, but the shutdown coming through with the Feathered Airstrike. Gets Ito, the one that they needed to end the game. Zaman Force dropped down, you can see they go first to Blood as well. Connects the 3, but Charlie Brown with the Spear of Alpha, Winter Crown to try and help him survive as well. Well played, but will get taken down, and this is what they needed. The opening. Blaze Squad have found it. Armageddon Esports have made the blunder, and now we'll have to pay the price. Triple kill in the hands of Fiero. Finally, they have some breathing room.
Whoa, they definitely needed this breather. Because of this, now Armageddon, they are just going to be held back for a bit. And on the other hand, Blaze, they can actually make a comeback here, because despite losing all the inhibitors that they have, they have managed to build up the goal lead, despite it being, oh, look at that, Ryota with that fireman. He is just being a nuisance with that vision that he's providing, as well as the amount of poke and damage he's doing. But then again, look at the Henzo just going in, with that pinnacle of ninja, and oh,
Oh, at the moment, it was just a false engage at this point. And guess what? Vortex, I don't think he understands the position he's in. Ryota right now taken down low, killing spree coming through. The Lorne Order is there, along with the Ring of Punishment to kind of slow them down. Charlie Brown making his presence felt, went in with the Spear of Alpha. They lost out on Ryota once again. Armageddon Esports, if they're not careful, they might go down, because here comes Sama with the Kinjutsu, dishing out the damage. But the rest of the cavalry trying to follow. You can see Spear of Alpha with the Glorious Path connects as well. They get the Curse of Blood onto 3, and right now Fiero wants to dance around. The damage is being done already. They get 3 in the process. Make that another one, and they find another opening. Seems like Armageddon Esports cannot catch a break. Blaze Squad just persistent, ever so persistent, making sure that they will not lose out on the game. It was a 10,000 goal lead, and now that deficit is coming down to 3,000. The game being thrown away, of course, by Armageddon Esports, and now they realize that they're in a position where they cannot have any mistakes.
Wow, Armageddon, they definitely threw a lot. They have thrown a lot of team fights there, and they are paying the price now. Blazer, they are just catching up with everything now. They are, responding back. They're clapping back at Armageddon. And they have the items on the Harrod, and the Harrod is being the monster that he is in the late game, dishing out the damage that he does. And man, he is just bursting out even a Hylas, even a Phoveus with that Chrono Dash and the demand force that he has. And Armageddon, on the other hand, they are just going to go for that neutral objective once again. And this time they have to, be really careful with what they're going to do in this fight, because if they overextend and if they are unaware of the Farsa's position with that Fed airstrike, a lot of backlines can be taken down, because that is what the Farsa, has been doing that with the Fed airstrike. He's just been constantly looking for that backline, looking for the Grandeur and the Faramis, and he is, able to get his hands on those two main characters from the side of Armageddon that can possibly end the game.
Hey, they're trying to end the game. The hero, of course, got to be someone from the side of Armageddon Esports. You can see right now the Lord is there. Oh my goodness, what a combo coming through with the Curse of Blood as well. Another round being expended, dashing around. Spear with the Zaman Force. Bronze finally gets the Infernal Pursuit, but to no avail, because the Lord still left with quarter HP. Charging Brown, slowing them down. Ito leaving the base crystal, taking it away. And finally, Armageddon Esports, after what was a roller coaster ride, was a roller coaster game number 2, they make their way to the victory stand.
Wow. Armageddon, they did pull this off because they had built up the early momentum that they needed. But, as the game was progressing into the late game, it seemed like Armageddon, they were falling off. They were kind of throwing off the game. But then again, with that Lord that they took in the last minute, they managed to end the game. And I definitely have to say that the Faramis pick here was kind of calculated with the composition that they have, because the Netherrealm came in, with that versatility that it has, with that extra HP and immunity. So that Faramis kind of played it well here. And I have to commend that Botob, on that Farsa, he did exceptionally good despite being only a mage. Dealt 33% damage from the team, and was the one always nuking down the backline. But then again, the side of Blaze, the composition was not as solid because they had the Carmilla. But then again, Carmilla is not it's not the best when it comes to crowd control. Has the Curse of Blood, of course, but then again, that is alone is not enough for the crowd control that a tank needs to provide, as well as she is an initiator. Once she goes in, it is really hard for a Carmilla to back out of the fight, because of which they lose one front line, and on top of that, they even had Sama on a Henzo, which was really risky, and he couldn't do much, especially in the early phases of the game. So yeah, I think like these were the factors that ultimately led to the loss of Team Blaze.
Yep, but definitely factors in what Juan said. Absolutely well said as well. Those are the reasons you can tell why Blaze Squad had to bite the dust. Because let's be honest, we thought it was going to be a much quicker game, wasn't it? They still found a way to
Yeah,
make it back, but that was because of the blunders from Armageddon Esports. But Armageddon Esports, nonetheless, 2-0 sweep, third place finish. What a game,
yeah.
what a series once.
Yeah, it was definitely a great game here. Armageddon, they definitely showed their dominance against Team Blaze, so kudos to them for for the win of the night. So they can just take a chill pill and go and rest off for now.
Yeah, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be heading into a short break after which there will be a giveaway. So don't go anywhere. If you want that Alpha Legend skin that Charlie Brown was using, you want to get your hands on those diamonds, make sure you stay tuned in the chat. This is Kronos and Wands going on a break, and after that, you'll probably win those diamonds. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching the Moba India Championship at the moment, and we have ourselves a grand final match. And of course, who else to cast better alongside me, Kronos, for this grand finals? We have Wands and the two teams that are going head to head: Eliminators on the blue side and IGN on the red. The two giants of MOBA 5v5 in India head to head in this grand final for the MOBA India Championships once more time. And it's gonna be an interesting one once.
What's your command?
Oh yeah, it is definitely gonna be interesting because these are two strong teams. We have seen ET and IGN perform in a lot of big tournaments as well. So these are the teams that are known by the audience as well. So I'm pretty sure even the audience is really excited to see these teams face against each other. And talking about IGN though, Aaron, the creator especially, I'd like to talk about him because he is the gold standard from IGN. He is a goat on the goal lane, plays exceptionally good, be it the Harrod, the Grandeur, or any He just pulls up a really beautiful play. And yes, talking about the draft though here, if you look at the draft coming off from the side of IGN first, and they are aware that they do not have the first pick, so they are banning away the Fusion, which is a really annoying mage, as well as the recently buffed Chipped, which can be really troublesome. With that portal, now he can teleport anywhere using that shortcut Y walk. So yeah, they are pretty solid bans, I'd say. And
Yeah,
talking
I know.
about
The
And
definition of laziness, right? Once the definition of laziness, that ship just gonna be walking around whenever he wants. Why walk is what he says. I bet he's one of
yeah.
your role models, isn't he?
Oh well, I definitely have to say yeah, because I am a lazy person just like Chip. So yeah, I can't deny that. So yeah. And Chronos, just look at the draft coming up from the side of from the side of ET, they are banning a lot of frontline as well as they are denying Aaron, on that Granger because they know that Aaron has a lot of potential on that Granger, plays exceptionally good, and they are going with the respect ban here.
Definitely taking out the Granger. Not just the fact that it's a respect ban, right? It's also one of the strongest goal laners in the current meta. So now
Hmm.
they ban out the Granger. They wanted to trade the Suyo with the Harriet,
Yeah.
but then they pick up the Suyo. They IGN just go for a Phoveus with the Sicilian. So I'm not really sure if that's the greatest pick at this part because they leave the Harriet open. And now the Harriet
Hmm.
being picked up in the hands of Fate with Art getting the Gato Gacha as well. Flexible both in the roam position and the EXP. Not really sure
Yeah.
where he's going to go. So at this point, IGN have really backed themselves into a corner. If you look at the first phase of the draft, I
Hmm.
can tell Eliminators are cooking and IGN look cooked. But at the moment, they need to find an answer. They go for the Lucas. So they've already shown their cards. This Lucas has got to be in the jungle, while this
Yeah.
Phoveus is going to be the EXP lane. So now the
Hmm.
side of Eliminators don't have anything to worry about. All they got to choke out is a roamer and a gold laner, because the gold laner's already been picked up by themselves, which is the
Yeah.
Herod. And now we'll be looking to take out probably the Iritel, maybe the Beatrix, maybe the Melissa. What else is present? At this point, it's going to be rough for their side. The Moskov, of course, the outplay
Oh
potential
man.
has just been taken away. The Jawhead being taken off the picture as well right now. Looking to choke down some roam options because the Gata
Hmm.
Gacha is still a flex pick. But if you ask me, maybe IGN should look at banning out the Hilda.
Yeah, great point out there because Abyss TV, you know, he does play the Hilda and he has shown that he can really be a hindrance with his Hilda. So they could possibly pick up Hilda, but then again, here, no, they're just gonna go ahead and deny Team ET of that real world manipulation on the gift. So they are banning away that crowd control mage that is really dominant in the mid lane as of now in the tournament. So it's looking like pretty solid ban, I'd say, from the side of IGN. But then again, as you said, looking at the Sicilian, not the best pick. Does not have the proper crowd controls that a mage provides. Has the late game potential, but then again, if the early game is messed up and they kind of you know they fall off in the early game, it is going to be hard for him to stack up those stacks as well as catch his hands on those items because he does need items as well. His stacks alone are just not gonna compensate for the damage. So yeah.
Yeah, I think definitely looking to find some sort of answers in this draft. The Sicilian, it's not a bad pick by any choice, but it's just the fact that at this point in the game, early on, you're picking up the Sicilian, you're kind of showing your cards early on. That's why they
Oh.
went for the Gato Cacha as well. The Bruno being picked up because there were not many gold laners left open. Didn't want to go for the Iritel because the Bruno kind of does well in lane against the Herod after he picks up the Hosclaw.
Yeah.
Right now, they want a little bit more frontline presence. I was gonna say the Farsa is gonna be a beautiful pickup if it comes to the hands of Eliminators. And no one bid who likes to play the Eve, who likes to play these control mages,
Yeah.
will have the high ground with this Farsa, and will be dishing out those nukes of the feathered airstrike from afar. And right now, with the EXP lane left open, both the glue and the CC look really good, but
Yeah.
the glue is not the best pick right now. Just go for the CC so you can go instantly with the curtain call. You have a lot of mobility, can poke them down, and that is what they will lock in with. The Eliminators draft looking absolutely solid, a clear win condition, a clear path to victory. But
Hmm.
IGN, they need to find something here. They need someone who can lock them down. The Tiger Wheel being taken off the picture means they need some sort of heavy crowd control. And Khalid works, but after the early game, the presence is just weakened.
Yeah, definitely, because the Khalid is just basically for the early phases of the game. And once you fall into the late game where the Harrod has his hand, especially just 3 items, give him 3 items: the Starling Side, the Feather of Heaven, and the Holy Crystal. And oh boy, Harrod becomes an absolute monster. Even having those magic items won't be enough, to sustain the damage that he can output with his Chrono Dash and the Zaman Force. But then again, on the side of IGN, they do have that Bruno. And once the Bruno, as you said, he picks up that Hasclaw and the Berserker Fury, he can actually out-sustain the Harrod, because the Harrod does have a lot of burst potential. But then again, the amount of heal, the crit that the volley shot will be giving, will have a lot of sustain on the Bruno. So Bruno against the Harrod is a pretty solid counter, I'd say. But then again, they have, a Lucas jungle, which is kind of slow. So yeah, take it off, Chronos.
Yeah, I think at the moment, ladies and gentlemen, get ready because heading into the land of dawn, of course. This is the grand finals of the Moba India Championship between Eliminators and IGN. A best of 7. Only the best will reign supreme. Who will take it away? Only time will tell. I'm your caster, Kronos. Alongside me, Wands. Wands, looking at the draft, you like both of them. I like the side of Eliminators better, and you said the same as well, because the slow jungle pace coming out from the Lucas might be their downfall. But in a 5v5 situation, they're definitely looking to brawl.
Oh yeah, they are definitely gonna brawl with that Lucas in a 5v5. But then again, on the side of ET, they have a lot of sustain as well. They have the Gatot, they have the CC, they have the backline, the Farsa with the Feather Airstrike, as well as a Harrod. So that is, going to be really troublesome for the side of, oh my gosh, a lot of poke coming off just in the early phase of the game. The Gatot is forced to recall, but then again, look at the Farsa with that sweet 150% movement speed, just rotates so fast, and the buffs on her recently is just too good.
Yeah, definitely a good buff indeed, making sure that this Farsa can climb its way back into the meta. But with the Farsa climbing means that somebody else has to fall, right? Who's going to take the fall? Only time will tell, because we're looking a lot less Auroras, a lot less Vexanas. And Valentinas will slowly start coming in the rise as well. So, looking right now, Eliminators not able to get that map control just because of the presence of this early game Khalid. And if this early game Khalid can be worn down after a good amount of time, Eliminators will be looking to take the game, because the turtle is up in about 5 seconds, and I think definitely they want to find an answer to get to that neutral objective.
Oh well, this oh my god, look at the amount of poke that they are dealing, in the early phases of the game. The Khalid with that Desert Tornado dishing a lot of damage, but then again later in the late phases of the game, this is going to be quite hard. But then again, look at the mid side, a lot of clash coming on with those skirmishes cooking here.
Definitely AOG trying to connect on the back line, beautifully placed as well. They go in with a flash step flash combo. Respect is the first one to fall. The first blood in the hands of Art. Eliminators get the second as well. The turtle not yet being reset. Sir Armoon comes back, and they will also claim that neutral objective with the help of the Retribution, and also 2 kills on the board, of course, for the side of Eliminators. He didn't even use the Retribution. He wants to go for the invade. It could be a good chance for him to do so. But the rest of the team not yet following up.
Oh yeah, they definitely need to follow up, because if they don't, it is going to be really hard for them to come off against Team ET here. But then again, on the goal lane though, it seems like the Bruno is having a sweet 1v1 with that Harrod, because he is the one dominating the Harrod on the laning phase there, with his volley shots especially overwhelming the Harrod in the early phases of the game. Because just yet he does not have those items, right? So it's going to be hard for him to face off against that Bruno.
I agree, and I think this is the problem. This is what we spoke about earlier in the draft, right? This Bruno, when he gets the Hassas class, is going to be trouble. And if it weren't for going for the tough boots early on, he would definitely have that Hassas class, and right now would be able to 1v1 that Harrod. But knowing that the rest of Eliminators know that he needs the support. Fate needs the support at the moment, and you want to snowball off the back of this Harrod. And you can see the Dramon Force drop down. The Raging Sandstorm, making sure that he can get out of harm's way. So Susan survives, lives to see another day. But Eliminators definitely on the front foot, putting the pedal to the metal with a 2K, about 1.5K goal lead. Correct me if I'm wrong once. My math's not the greatest.
You're definitely on the right pace here with that goal calculation. But then again, look at Team ET. They are cooking for another possible gang onto that goal lane here. But then again, it seems like reinforcement from the side of Team IGN is coming as well.
Yeah, I think IGN on the back foot, and I think they're pretty happy to play from behind as well, because you mentioned that they have Witch on the Sicilian, who will dish out the damage in the late game. That's why they're waiting for the go signal. They're waiting for the green signal. They needed someone to hold their own in the early game. That's why they got the Bruno. But the rest of the team, with that 3-fighter combo, 3 fighters in your team, you're gonna have a heavy front line. So you just need nukes from the backside. You can see that happening right away. Flash to flash combo. Respect gets the retribution as well. The Force dropped down. Fate is dancing around, but the AOG to create some separation. He catches 3, but to no avail. Double kill in the hands of Respect. He gets 2, and now Fate will have to run away because Art and Vid might get caught out. They're gonna go for the Wally shots, but Aaron, the creator, comes in and makes sure that they have to run away. Really well played from Respect. He got that double kill. He found that opening and picked up the kills with the neutral objective, with that flash to flash combo, doing well. And now IGN found the opening and evened out that gold lead.
Oh yeah, they definitely found the opening, and talking about the goal, they have caught up with, oh, look at that Fed airstrike used for that third secure. They're just trying to zone away that Bruno there, trying to prevent him from pushing there, and it seems like the outer turret of the top lane will be standing with that Fed airstrike being spent. It seems like Fate on that Harriet, he's actually switching lanes because he is just unable, to hold against that Bruno. So he's just looking for the safer option, gonna go switch to the bot lane. But then again, it seems like even IGN are doing the same here. Oh.
Yeah, I think IGN definitely looking to do the same at the moment, trying to find some sort of answers as well. They got themselves back up the goal lead. That one team fight is all they needed. Eliminators still on the aggression, and they poke back Susan.
Oh, look
and
at the
now
bot.
looking to take down the bot side. Art here, forcing out Witch, who got taken down by Fate after dropping down the Zaman Force. They're looking to get that tier 1 turret in the bot side, but looks like Aaron the Creator and Susan trying to prevent that from happening. Art in the backside to try and zone them away. Raging Sandstorm connecting, but Aaron the Creator able to survive. Flickers out of harm's way as well. Susan has the Quicksand Guard to heal back up. Really well played and good defense coming out from IGN for a tier 1 bot turret.
Yeah, they definitely held the ground really good in that bot side. A lot of flanking also coming on, but then again, the reflex on Aaron, though, it's just crazy because his timing on that flicker was crazy, and he did manage to, get away from the hands of that Suyo. And here comes another turtle fight, and both teams are looking for another skirmish as we see Mirio on that. Oh.
No, at the moment, Mirio still able to tank quite a lot. This is why Respect is dangerous. He goes with the flash to flash combo. They get the AOG as well, but gets burst down instantly by Witch, who's having a good game. And right now, that's the double kill. Serar Moon not having the greatest of games right now. The Suyo was looking to snowball, but did not get the snowball because they were playing the patient game, but that's what IGN wanted. And now with that patient game that they've taken for themselves, looking to pick up momentum in this best of 7. It is only game number 1, but it could take only just 1 game to turn the tides around.
Wow. It is definitely going to be one heck of a best of 7 here, because it is definitely just the first game, and we see IGN coming along, with a lot of domination right off the bat. They are showing a lot of dominance in the first game, despite having a week early. Now they have managed to catch up with a lot of items, and we definitely need to check those items on Bruno because the amount of credit he is doing there.
Oh, they get the taunt on towards Respect, who has the Beast Unleashed, trying to dish out some damage, able to kite out of there. But IGN understand that they're ahead now. 2,000 gold lead ahead. They have the turret structures. The map is looking a lot more red than it used to. And guess what? They catch them between a rock and a hard place. Taunt going through. Art should be taken down. But the first one to fall is Mirio, which unleashes the Bat's Feast. But Fate here dropping down Zaman for Susan, going for it. He's on a killing spree indeed. With the Sanguine Claws. Pulls him back. And Witch grabs one for himself again.
Wow, the positioning on Vitch is actually crazy because he is just, going in and out, just trying to land that back impact. Once it lands, goes back, looks for a safe zone, and then goes in. Oh, look at the top lane. Man, they are eating a lot of damage from the side of IGN. At this point, if you look at Bruno, he has two items already. Has the Berserker, has the Hastclaw, is rushing for that Malefic Gun. Once he get that Malefic Gun, he will have a safer distance where he can, dish out the damage from. So it is looking pretty solid for IGN at the moment. They have the pace, they have built up the momentum, as well as the stacks on the Sicilian, which is doing absolutely great. He is just constantly stacking those stacks and maintaining great positioning there.
Really well played, of course, from their side. And you're right, it is a good position, good way to do things. And right now, they are playing the patient game. The Lord is up 10 minutes in. And it's so different, right, Juan? Usually you don't see them contesting for a 10-minute Lord. And this game has become so much more fast-paced after the patch changes that you're able to see the difference, and these players are adapting to it really well, and that's why they're the grand finalists, of course, the MOBA India Championship. And let's not forget, there are also giveaways up for grabs. If you want to grab one of those skins, you got to win those diamonds, and to win those diamonds, you got to be in the chat. So don't go anywhere while you're watching this game. It is an exciting one. The Lord Dance has begun. They're just trying to tango between each other, and you can see they're poking down Sir Moon. Feathered Airstrike comes through. Respect has to unleash the beast, but guess what? Fate is dancing around. The Zaman forces drop. Trying to catch them down, but they will take them down one after another. Mirion and Respect for Art Sir Moon, and now Abyss TZ lands into the Abyss as well. IGN with Witch leading the charge in the mid lane, able to take control of the game, and Aaron the Creator has enough space, and that's the beauty of a composition with 3 fighters present on their side.
Man, Chronos, just look at the amount of crit Aaron is dealing on Bruno. It is over 1k, and he is not even on a full build. I can't even imagine what will happen once he hit that full build on that Bruno. Because at the moment, he is scaling from 12 to 1500 crit with just nearly 3 items. So, the amount of sustain he will be getting from those heavy crits on that Hastclaw will be really satisfying to look at in the team fights. What do you say?
Yeah, I think at the moment it is very satisfying to see someone's HP bar just get chunked away like that. But right now, the Lord marching down the top lane. Slowly and steadily, they're using the Feathered Airstrike to try and clear it out. Their goal of IGN is to take away the tier 2 turrets, but oh my goodness, Fate was just taken down off camera, not even present.
Whoa.
And now that makes it difficult for the side of Eliminators to try and defend this Lord, because this Lord is going in. Tier 2 on the top side taken. They're slowly chunking down, slowly pushing away. And now with Mirio leading the charge, Aaron the Creator to dish the damage up from afar. You can see that they're going through, no holy defense present. The Feathered Airstrike with the high ground trying to defend as well. The Lord still standing healthy. They take down Mirio. Tier 1 and the top side being taken away. And now Eliminators find themselves in a corner, and IGN have just gotten an inhibitor, got 2 kills, and walked out with just paying the price of Mirio.
Whoa, it was definitely a good trade. They got inhibitor, which is really important now. They won't have to focus much on the lane because the super minions will be the one, making their way down to the the top side automatically. So they have that, as well as the lead that they've built up against Team ET. It is just way too much. And if you take a look at the goal, it is 3k goal difference from the side of ET. They are 3k goal behind. But then again, if we look at the items on the Harrod, I really need to take a look because we are just kind of off with that Harrod as well. We have not been talking about him much, and we need to see whether he can, dish out the damage that he needs to do in the team fights with that Zamanthos and, Chrono Dash. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think at the moment they need to find an opening, right? The Zaman Force has been a big problem, of course, when Fate drops it down. And now Susan over here providing a lot of vision. Abyss TZ realizes that He doesn't see him. And now Conceal going through. Raging Sandstorm catching them off guard. And instantly Fate gets taken down. That was a point blank range. AOG trying to go to the back line and run away. But to no avail as Respect gets the kill. And now IGN find themselves again in the driver's seat after a really good initiation. Good position from Susan with that Conceal. Flicker Raging Sandstorm. Point blank range on towards Fate, who did not have or even use the Purify, was just too late and got caught off guard.
Wow. Man, the way IGN are playing this game, they are so dominant, they are so consistent with their, with their fights. They're not letting ET even have a proper breather. They can't catch up with IGN at the moment, and IGN, they're playing really Machiavellianly, and they're just going ahead, taking all the neutral objectives that they can find at the moment. And they have taken another Lord. Will this be the final Lord that they are looking for, to end the game and call it a game 1 for tonight? Oh my god.
They're looking to take him down. Susan caught off guard, gets taken down, and now IGN don't have that initiating tool. But what they do have is that extra character, that Lord, that could be a difference maker. But now they don't have a way to go in. They need Mirio to go in and tank up quite a lot, and they understand that without the presence of Susan, they will not be able to do much. And now slowly Eliminators finally realize that, and are looking to take him down at the first opportunity that they get.
Yeah, with with Jujin getting down there, it was kind of off for them to even think about going in with just Mirio alone, because he's merely a fighter, and trying to tank down all the damage is just way too risky. So they are playing going off with the safe play. But then again, look at Mirio goes in with the Infernal Pursuit, almost catches Bid there.
Yeah, almost catching Bid, right? The almost being the key word at the moment, because if he does catch Bid, it will definitely be a problem. He's able to use that feathered airstrike. He did expend that flicker, but there is no neutral objective to be taken just yet. But look at the map control IGN have. They have given only one single turn in the bot side, but you can see the curtain call making sure that they're there, and the AOG catches them. Revitalize to help them survive, but the Bat's Feast with the Bat's Impact doing the damage, and Aaron, the creator, just wants to go ham at them. Infernal Pursuit to buy them time. One down. Sir Armon's the only one standing. Flicker's all expended. They want to go all guns blazing. They're protecting the last cannon minion with their life. They want to end the game, but they're not able to. They realize that the top side is crashing in anyway. The mid lane is crashing in. There's no possible way for Sir Armon to defend. And now IGN looking to take this game by storm. Tap game number 1 on a killing spree. Respect, he's able to get his own. And now instantly take down game number 1 in this best of 7 series with momentum on their side.
Wow. IGN, they built the momentum that they needed to build. They played it off really safe in the early phases of the game. And that is what created the difference between IGN and ET. ET just couldn't look for that early snowball with the Suyo. Because IGN, they were so focused on playing it safe in the early phases of the game. They had 2 kills in the early game towards ET, but then again, ET on that turtle fight, they lost the turtle, they lost 2 members, which was the point where they kind of fell off in the game. And that was the moment on where IGN, they got the opening to build that momentum, build the lead, build that advantage on their side. Steadily, they just soared through everything that they could find in the game. They got all the neutral objective, all the threats, and the kills as well. And that is what ultimately led to their victorious triumph, I'd say.
Definitely. You reap what you sow. You sow success, you'll reap it. And that's what IGN have done. They sowed the potential for the late game, and they took it to the late game, and they won. In the early game, you did see Eliminators have an upper hand, but Susan's positioning was immaculate the entire game and was absolutely beautiful in that game. So of course, right now, IGN in the driver's seat. The first game in this best of 7, really well played. And on that note, Wands, do you want to go for a quick break?
Oh, well, I think that we can go for a 2-minute break, because there will be a caster replacing me at the moment. So, yep.
Hey, let's just go to a quick break and be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. Stay tuned because if you want to win the giveaway, we're not going to tell you when it's going to happen. So you have to watch the whole thing. Only then you'll get those diamonds. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. This Kronos and Wands out. We'll be soon.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to MIC. And we are back with the grand finals. IGN take the game number one, and we are back with the game number two. I'll be your caster, Itami, and joining me will be once again Kronos. So, hi, Kronos. How are you doing, bro?
Like, I'm good at Tommy. I'm good. I was just gonna say hi, Kronos again. I'm going crazy, but at this point, you know what? It's game number two, of course. IGN versus Eliminators. Eliminators have the blue side. Now IGN have the blue side. So the bans are gonna be kind of similar, but definitely there are some respect bans that have to be given, and that is that jawhead coming out from IGN, while Eliminators need to start choking down this mid lane hero pool, because which has been a problem no matter what you put him on. And also maybe take out the Suyo.
Definitely. And onto the previous game, we did see which onto that Sicilian. They hold it out onto the late game, and IGN definitely turned the tables out for their side. And from the side of Team IGN, they are definitely respecting that Jawhead as well as the chip, because we have seen Art play out the chip quite often. And Chip, he has got some adjustments as well. He can be teleporting anywhere, anytime. So those TP plays, teleportation plays can be coming up anytime soon. So they are just taking the safe side and banning the chip out.
They banned the chip, they banned the jawhead. Now the Matilda left open. Will they ban the Matilda? Will they ban the Suyo? Will they ban the Joy? I'm not really sure, but definitely IGN are cooking something and I can smell it. But at the same time, Eliminators are looking to take that double trade, right? They want to take that double trade, and then I saw the Matilda being banned out. So now Eliminators, it's got to be that Suyo. But if you ban the Suyo, you leave the Harith open. But with the Harith and the Granger open, you have options. So I would say ban out the Suyo, maybe leave the Joy open, and just find a lockdown to just be a problem towards this Joy.
Definitely. And if Team IGN they decide to rely onto the lead game like before, then it might work out for them. Or maybe if Eliminators they have strategized it quite for now, then maybe it will be working out for the side of Team Eliminators, and they will be proceeding on to the next ban. Apparently, it can be the Gold Laner, as you mentioned, or maybe another jungler ban coming up like the Suyo. There is definitely an option, because even after all of those patch adjustments, Suyo hasn't been adjusted much, but apparently it is going to be that Lucas. We did see the Lucas jungle onto the previous game from the side of Team IGN. It definitely worked out for them. And onto this game, that Lucas is definitely getting banned out.
The Lucas banned out was a problem in the hands of Respect, but I think Eliminators don't understand that the Suyo is a bigger threat. It has to be the Suyo right now, because you can still juggle between the Harith and the Granger, unless they want to give a winning lane that Aaron, the creator, is comfortable with. But looking at the way he played the Bruno, shouldn't be a problem, in my opinion. But of course, right now, Suyo is the only one I can see being picked up first. You gotta pick up the Suyo. No, they go for the Phobius instead. Oh my god.
Oh, okay. We did see the phobias onto the previous game. Well, okay, they don't want to give Witch the Sicilian out. So Bid will be the one. He will be taking the Sicilian for his side, and they got their late game insurance. But if onto the early as well as onto the mid game phases, Sicilian is not able to farm out, then definitely he can be facing some kind of trouble. So it will be depending upon his positioning as well as onto the upcoming team fights too. But looks like Fate, he will be going out with one of his signature picks too. He won't be giving out Aaron the Creator his Granger, and he will be the one picking it out. But for the response, which will be getting the Farsa, followed by the Hylos too.
Yeah, I think the Hylos with the feathered airstrike from the back line from this farce are gonna be a problem, but they made sure to not give away the Granger, so that's good, because the Granger with the Farsa combo is just too strong. You just burst them from afar, you have an assassin, go and finish and clean up shop. So good coming in from the side of Eliminators. They have a lot of high ground with that Sicilian, with that Granger, a lot of range rather. And now with this Gatotkacha, they have enough CC. It's not a primary engage, but they definitely need another engaging tool on their side. So at the moment, if you take a look, they gotta ban out the gold lane. It's gotta be the Moscow, maybe the Harith next, or the Irithel. Looking at what Aaron the Creator is comfortable with. But also, if you take a look at what IGN will have to execute, they need to take away any EXP laners or fighting junglers because they don't want to go against, 3-fighter composition. That's why you see the Alpha taken off the table. This has got to be the Herod. Actually, not even the Herod because it's too much damage. Maybe the Irithel, leaving the Herod open.
Definitely, but okay, expect the unexpected. Hayabusa getting banned out. We were expecting the Irithel, but apparently it is the Hayabusa getting banned out. Even though Haya has got some adjustment onto this patch, he is still quite dominant onto the jungle. That is what I believe. And onto the mid as well as onto the late game phases, his OG shadow kills can be coming up quite handy. So that might be the reason why Eliminators don't want to deal out with the Hayabusa, and they have decided to trade out the Irithel. And it depends upon Aaron, the creator, whether he will be going out for the Harith or maybe for the Irithel onto the gold lane, because these two are, a good answer against the Granger onto the gold lane.
Yep, definitely a good answer right now. And the Tigreal being banned out is good. They don't want to give that extra engage tool that they need on their side. If this Gato is going to the EXP lane, it's got to be other. They still leave the Joy and the Suyo open. So Serarmoon gets a Joy. You got to take the Herod on the other side. It's definitely a broken hero. If not that, the Irithel. No, you're not going to go for the Ling. The Suyo's still left open, but I think they want to mask the clear speed of the Joy. Still pick up the Suyo. Maybe lock in the Herod. And then we're maybe looking at someone on the other side in the form of another engage tool, right? You gotta have someone who can have a little bit more crowd control. I'm still searching for an answer. I don't see, maybe a Badang, I was gonna say. Because the Badang is the only one that's there that could fit the bill, could be slotted in the EXP lane, put the Gato in the roam, and that's what they're looking to go for. Although I don't like the Badang over here. I don't think the Badang's the best pick. It's just a bait. Maybe the Khalid would do better. Yeah, the Khalid would have been a bit better.
Okay, but still they have decided to go out with the Badang. Badang also got some adjustment, so he is not as durable as he was onto that hybrid build. And Badang, he can be going up with those initiations, but as you said, Khalid could have been a better option. And they still decided to go out with the Badang. Maybe they decided to rely on to their comfort, and they have decided to go out with that. So we will see how Eliminators are working out with it, because 1 point is already onto the side of Team IGN, and this is the best of 7 series, so still they have the chance. And if IGN comes up with a win, they will be two steps ahead compared to the side of Team Eliminators.
Definitely going to be 2 steps ahead, and IGN with the draft that they have looking much more solid, a front to back with 3 frontliners and 2 to dish out damage from afar, lacking the physical damage, but Suyo is just there to finish it off. Because ladies and gentlemen, we are into game number 2 of this best of 7. IGN on the blue side have 1 game in their hand already, and the Eliminators on the other side looking to make it 1-1. Itami alongside me, and my name is Kronos to bring you the game, and let's get to it, Itami.
Definitely. For now, basic rotations as well as those neutral objectives, getting the level 4 mark as soon as possible for the junglers in order to be more engaging onto the turtle. But okay, the resource has already been used up from one of the sides apparently, but okay, I was wrong. But still, Art was getting quite poked down. He will be deciding to retreat, and for now they are just trying to get those neutral objectives as soon as possible.
Yeah, the positioning coming through really well. Art right now did not use the Revitalize, so they do not get their hands on the Lethal Wanderer. Good rotation coming in from Legend, but also at the same time, IGN looking to take control and are having the control of the river.
Definitely, which is trying to, he is almost level 4 and looks like he will be trying to engage more onto that upcoming turtle fight. Granger, definitely, he has less of an advantage compared to that. So he needs to play it out quite safe in order to get those stacks and be quite dominant onto the goal lane. And
yeah, I think the clear coming in from Respect as well on towards the bear creep, making sure he kind of gets ahead of Serarmoon, and Serarmoon looking to snipe someone from behind.
Oh, there comes the engage, the Revitalize being popped out by Joseph quite early, and they have decided to retreat it out. But okay, so you're with that engage with Badang, Legend will tank out that amount of damage, and he will be escaping for now onto low HP, recalling onto the base. The turtle about to be spawned. Mirio is trying to land some hits with those Infernal Blaze. Infernal Pursuit not being popped out. The level 4 is still not there, and the turtle is spawning now.
Yeah, the turtle not yet spawning, level 4 not present on their side. You can see Witch being poked out a little bit. Both the EXP and the mid lane are going to get that level 4 power spikes. IGN have control, firm control of this turtle pit without Sir Armoon being present, but oh my goodness.
Oh, the Feathered Airstrike as well as the Phobius. Mirio was able to get a kill. The Infernal Pursuit's coming up from, and looks like Respect was trying to make another engage as well. The Bat Impact as well as the batteries being used out by the Cecilia, the Electrifying Beats being used out by Red Joy in order to secure that orange. He will be able to do so, but IGN will be the one taking the turtle as well as one trade for the side.
Yes, they are looking to take one for their side. They have the advantage. IGN slowly looking to take that and turn it into real estate, right? They want these turret structures. They are about just a little over 500 in gold, 3 minutes into the game. But Sir Armoon can finish someone off if only the poke comes in around the right time from Bid.
Oh, the Glorious Pathway also being used out onto the opposite direction actually. The strike was also there, but it won't be enough damage to take Sir Armoon down. He will be able to escape with 1 HP. That was quite an engage, but still IGN was not able to find that trade, at least for now.
Not able to find the trade. Oh, neither did they get that gold crab. And I think the gold crab went in the hands of Fate as well. So gonna get an extra bit of gold. This Herod versus Granger, a never-ending battle. Who will come out on top? Only time will tell. It's about who can poke out the other faster. And at this game, Fate definitely seems to give Aaron the Creator a harder time.
Definitely. They are playing those poking games and looks like they will be trying to gang up onto the side, and which as well as Josen is there to clear the lane, able to get Aaron the Creator onto the time, making sure the Granger, he will not be landing those hits onto the gold tower, because if he was able to do so, then the gold advantage was definitely go more for the side of that Granger. And looks like the turtle about to being spawned, and looking at the map control, it can be either of these two sides contesting for the turtle this time.
They definitely want to contest for the turtle at this point, and you can see that they are making the space. Eliminators are making sure to scout out the bushes, but Bid trying to poke them down as well. Legend should be able to initiate the fight with Art to follow, and then you want somebody to clean up shop.
Oh, the Feathered Airstrike once again being used out by Witch. Still the engages, but their Respect, he is doing a really good job in order to zone Eliminators out. And that will be an uncontested turret for the side of Team IG. And once again, that Feathered Airstrike, the zoning was up to the point, and they did make sure, okay, but the Electrifying Baits coming up. Sir Armoon is trying to engage. There comes the AOTG, but it won't be connecting onto anybody. Revitalize has also been popped out. The Infernal Pursuit also coming up. Art is quite low, and Mirio will be able to tank that damage. Art is quite low, and Respect will to get a kill onto Art, and Art will be the one falling down. They got the turtle as well as a trade onto the Rumor.
Definitely a good pick-off coming in for the side of IGN. Sir Armoon taken low. Ring of Punishment might take him down, but he does have the rhythm to make it out of harm's way. So really well played from IGN. They're getting the control that they wanted, and also forcing out errors coming in from the side of Eliminators, especially Sir Armoon. He tried to go for a bit onto Aaron the Creator, who had the Zaman Force, was able to bob and weave his way out of there. But instantly, Sir Armoon realized he is not in his domain, not in his realm, and wanted to back out. But Fate as well is able to poke the enemy from afar, but doesn't have the itemization just yet. Aaron the Creator gets his hands on the Starlium sight, so will be able to use and dish out a lot more damage than he used to. And now this might be the opening that IGN is looking to take and make it theirs.
Definitely, the Stardom shot, it will be giving more dash advantage for the Aerith. So yeah, Aaron the Creator, one of his core items is done, and if he is able to complete those Trinity builds, then definitely Aerith will be quite trouble. Oh, okay, Fate might be quite low. The Zaman Force was already forced out by Aaron the Creator, but still Fate was able to survive it out, and looks like Eliminators are back with the backup. Okay, the Sanguine Claws was also there, but the damage will still not be enough for Bid in order to take anyone down, and they are way too tanky, at least for now. Looks like another engage might become Sanguine Claws as well as the Bat Impact. being used out by the Sicilian, but still the damage is still not there, and looks like this will be the third turtle spawning. And IGN with the better map control, at least for now. Team Eliminators, it depends upon them whether they will be ganking onto the turtle or maybe onto Aaron the Creator, who is only left solo onto his slave, and he might be getting engaged. But Johnson comes up with a Rollins pathway as well as the Revitalize being used out by him. He was able to save out Aaron, and looks like they won't be able to find a trade. Respect has already got the turtle, and looks like another engage might be coming up with the feathered airstrike being used out. The Infernal Pursuit also coming up from that. Phobias, Respect is able to get a trade. Trade will be taken down. The Bolino goes down, and look at video that being able to tank so much damage. Art was forced to use this AOTJ in order to retreat. Legend is quite low too, and Team IGN, they have found their differences. Just now they got the turtle as well as the straight, and the goal lead favorable for their side.
Really well played, of course, from IGN, taking control, goal lead in their favor, and you can see them zoning away with the feathered airstrike. Bid is not able to catch a break. He's not able to get into position to try and dish out the damage. He has the range, but guess what? Witch has this range as well, and here Susan, Corner and Fate will get taken down after a 5-man gank to make sure that this Granger is not able to play the game.
Yep, and looks like another engage might be coming up. The scrap beat was out by the Respect. He won't be getting caught out. And one thing I did notice is that for the side of Team Eliminators, it only relies for Bid at least, because they have the late team insurance, but looks like the Infernal coming out, and the whether their strike was also there, but still the damage won't be enough to take anyone down. But okay, the side of Team IGN, they are trying to engage, but they won't be able to do so. Fate is finally able to get a trade, and Johnson will be dying for that overextension just coming out from that high loss.
Definitely is there on time, and the high-lows trade being made, the first kill on the board for their side, means that Eliminators are finding answers. At this point, any kill that they get, right, is still gold in their pocket, and that's why they're not too disappointed. And you can see that the Lord is going to be spawned up. The wave pressure is there on the top side. Sarar Moon trying to clear that far lane and make something happen, but right now the mid lane, AOG almost being expended. Revitalize is there, and Itami, this could be a big fight.
It can, and looks like Aaron has already got a straight. Art will, as well as the dasage coming off from that Harith, he will be able to get one trade, and the Lord has already spawned. Looks like Sarar Moon is nowhere near to be contesting for that Lord, and it might be an uncontested Lord for the side of Team IGN. Unless Fate comes up with a clutch play with that Death Sonata, but apparently it won't be happening because the map control as well as the zoning coming off from Josen is way better, and the Zaman Force as well as the Fate will be taken down. He will be able to find a trade, and looks like Witch will be able to get a trade onto Sarar Moon as well. That will be a 1-for-2 for both of the sides, but still IGN will be the one getting the last lap. They got the Lord for their side, and they will be waiting for the next engage coming up.
Definitely waiting for the next engage, looking for the next fight, looking for the next angle for them to get the advantage. Eliminators not able to find their footing. Eliminators not able to understand what they have to do to try and take away this control from IGN. The Lord is marching down the bot side, the mid lane, the top lane, the bot lane, all being covered by IGN, and they see that the Lord is under threat, to which wakes his way. He has the feathered airstrike to create the space. The Susan as well, trying to zone them out, and now they want to use this Lord, abuse that mechanic, and get as many turret structures as they can. The Lord finally taken down. The tier 2 should be the target in the mid lane, and Susan's positioning is absolutely crucial.
Definitely, and they should be able to get the tier 2 unless Team Eliminators are able to defend it. Looks like it be taking some time for the side of Team IGN to actually take down that tier 2, but for the top as well as the bot, it's only the inhibitor towers remaining. So IGN has definitely the better map control out there. And okay, looks like the electrifying beats has been used out by that Joy, but it won't be enough to take down Josen because he is way too tanky. And looks like Team IGN, they will be waiting it out onto the next round, or maybe Team Eliminators, they try to engage and it will be IGN actually with the last lap.
Definitely IGN are the ones who are looking to have the last laugh, right? Because it is a best of 7. Only game number 1 being taken away so far. Feathered Airstrike to zone them out. Eliminators cannot catch a break. No breathing room. 1 minute until the Lord comes up. And this Lord is no different from the first one. The only thing that's different is the Holy Defense is not going to be available for the side of Eliminators. So a lot less more defense capabilities, but definitely with Bid not falling down a single time, he will be dishing out the damage from afar with that Bat's impact. And I wish we could take a look at the atomization at this point, because he has been doing an absolute wonderful job to stay alive. But here Sarar Moon looks like he's in trouble.
Sarar Moon will be taken almost that it pursuit. Will get a kill. From the highlights, and the creator from the back as with the Zaman force. Mirio is able to fight a trade. Bid will be taken down finally. Legend won't be able to sustain the damage. That will be a 4-for-1 trade for the side of Team IGN. It's only Fate remaining from the side of Team Eliminators, and it was almost a complete wipeout, and Fate was able to, save his life, but 4 of his team members have already been taken down, and the Lord about to be spawned. They may be waiting out for the Lord. They will be going out for the Lord, and they will be able to take the tier 2. So, they have bought a lot of time for their side, and it will be another uncontested lot for the side of Team IGN.
IGN. We've seen them do this so many times before. They're doing it again. And now to Eliminators, who are not having a great time. Feathered Airstrike expended. Sarar Moon might get something.
Okay, he is able to find a trade on. Be dying with that pursuits. The EXP for the zoning will not be there for the side of Team IGN, but still 4 of the members still remaining, and it depends upon their positioning how well Eliminators will be able to defend this one. If Fate is taken down early, then it will be a really tough defense coming out from the side.
Really tough defense indeed is what they're looking at right now. Blade Surge, respect low.
Okay, the Glorious Pathway has also been used up, but still no engages by far. They will be trying, they will engaging at least for now, and the Lord from the bot side almost getting taken down from the hands of Sarar Moon, but still the lane sinking is quite up to the point. The Lord has still not been taken down, and the creator with don't engage, Bit will be taken down instantly with that Zaman Force combo, and the Chrono Dash will be able to dash out enough damage, and Bit will be taken down instantly, man, oh man.
Definitely indeed, and at this point it will be important. The Lord already taken down, no super minions left, but now the tier 2 in the middle and the top side taken. Mirio being poked out. IGN haven't found the opening just yet.
Definitely, and the Feather Strike once again coming out, trying to play some onto Art, but still the minion is still there. They are trying to lock in onto the base. Legend is trying to sustain some damage in order to defend that mid inhibitor tower, but still he will be able to do so. And I guess Team IGN, they need to wait it out once again in order to take more towers. So they are trying their best in order to defend Team Eliminators, but if IGN comes up with more of the trades onto this side, then it might be a GG game over for the side of Team Eliminators.
Yeah, it might be, but look at their positioning. Susan here might walk into a death bush.
Okay, another engage once again. Okay, Josen this time will be taken down. Sarar Moon is trying to find that trade, which will take it. And Sarar will be falling as well. Art comes up with AOTG, connects on somebody, but still the Infernal Pursuit being used out by that Phobia's Meteor is trying to sustain some damage. Art will be taken down, and the creator was there with some damage, but still it will be a 3-for-2 trade, favorable for the side of Team Eliminators, but looks like the team fight hasn't been stopped yet. They will be able to get the mid tower, and that Sicilian's damage is definitely scaling out, because it is the late game phases now, and that Sicilian is definitely going to be one to watch out for.
Definitely someone to watch out for, right? The Sicilian is now having the damage to be online, and Fate himself picks up a conceal. No, changes it to the dire hit. That's really good, but right now it's well past 15 minutes. If Fate wanted to have some sort of impact with that roaming, but should have been picked up at the 8th minute mark. You could have enough time to actually rack up the stacks to kind of make it happen, but right now at this point of the game, in towards the late game phase, I'm not really sure if that's the right idea, because the Lord is up for grabs, and I think IGN definitely do not want to give it to Eliminators, and Eliminators are forced in the equation, making sure IGN can make a blunder.
Yep, they are trying their best, but still they are trying to zone it out onto the Lord Lord side, but still it will be depending upon their positioning as well. And I do believe if Team Eliminators they are able to get this slot, then the scenarios will be quite different. It will be Team Eliminators having the higher advantage, but looks like IGN they are trying to contest it, but they are trying to bait it out. Both of the teams they are trying to make out which team messes up first, and once they find out that opening, they will be directly dragging out on that team fight.
Definitely looking for an opening. The position of Eliminators looks like they want to go for the choke. They want to go for the throat of IGN and try and take this game. Sarar Moon, the one to get it started.
Okay, the glorious pathway being used out. Okay, that was actually baited out from the side of Team Eliminators. The feathered airstrike coming up to half of the HP from that ranger was taken down, but still the zoning is still there. The bat impact as well as the batteries being used out by the Sicilian. Art comes up with the AOTG. Fate is finally able to find a trade onto Meteor. Eliminators having quite high up advantage. That will be a double for Fate, but as the creator with that trade, and looks like Respect will be running off for his life. The Omega will be popped down. That will be a triple for Fate, but Fate will be taken out. Double for Alan the creator. That was a triple, but still there's Oh my god, that burst damage from that Sicilian as well as that Joy. Team Eliminators, they are finally able to find that opening, and looks like the Lord will be going out for the side.
They wanted that throat, right? They wanted the choke, and they finally found it. They went for the jugular and instantly caught IGN by surprise. Takeaway 4. And now IGN with only a witch left standing. He doesn't have the kills on himself yet. He's been doing it a lot for the team. But this is the 18th minute Lord we're talking about. 18 plus minutes. I'm not sure if that's the one they took, but sure. No, it doesn't seem like it. They didn't time it right. If they timed it past 18, it would have been a difficult Lord to take. So a small macro blunder coming out from Eliminators, not keeping their head cool, missing out on the 18th minute Lord. What could have been a deadly one for IGN to defend, but still this is going to be hard for them to come back from.
Definitely. Macro, this is the reason why macro depends so much on the land. And if they were able to take down that 18-minute Lord, as you said, that Lord will be able to tank so much damage, but it would have been that Luminous Lord. And looks like none of the teams, they will be trying to overextend anything. Finds the Feather Death Strike coming up, from which in order to clear those turrets, and looks like Team Eliminators, they will be trying to find at least 1 or 2 inhibitor towers for the side, or maybe some trades. Oh my god, Fate with that damage. Parcel will be immediately taken down. There comes the engage from the side of Team Eliminator. Winter Crown has been popped out by that Joy. The electrifying beat, so it's also there. Bit with that damage. Jaws and as well as Fate were able to find those trades. That will be a 3-4-0 fight for the side of Team Eliminators. Respect as well as Video are only ones trying to defend it for the side of Team IGN, and late game insurance Sicilian. That is the reason why Sicilian has been so deadly for both of the side. It was IGN before and it was Team Eliminators, and looks like they are trying to are there, but still they are not able to mark down that crystal. They have finally noticed onto the mid side. The minions are there, but comes up with the engage. The first trap being used out by the Winter Crown, being used out by Radio. He is trying to engage with that Infernal Pursuit. He won't be able to do so. The base is wide open, but the minions are still not there. But it is a complete wipeout for the side of Team IGN, and Team Eliminators will be taking the game number 2.
1-1 score in a best of 7. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are not at the edge of your seat, I don't know what will get you there, because this is going to be a long night. This is going to go all the way if these teams are going to keep it up like this. And you can see that Eliminators, after losing out on the early game, came back in the mid phase of the game and able to secure the late game in their favor. And 2 games in this finals, Itami, 2 games Sicilians picked up. 2 games Sicilians have won. Will the 3rd game be with another Sicilian again? Not really sure, but this seems like a hot pick to contest in this series.
Definitely. The late game insurance definitely paid off. The king of comebacks dish out that damage. And Team Eliminators, we gotta give it out for Fate too. With that triple kill, the pace of the game kind of changed out. Aaron was able to find 2 trades, but still it was not enough. And Team Eliminators got the 3rd Lord. As soon as they got it, the engages came up and they were able to sink those lanes and end that game as soon as possible. If that extended, then maybe the scenarios would have been quite different. But the second game will be going on for the side of Team Eliminator. And as you said, Sicilian might be a priority for both of the sides. It will either get banned out or maybe even get picked out from any of the sides onto the third game.
Definitely, third game is something that they gotta contest for. Susan, I think gotta give a hero that would definitely make a lot more impact, right? That's why I said that a Khalid would have been better on the side of Eliminators when they went with a Badang. It still worked out because they needed that primary engage because the Gatot Kacha is not the first one to engage, he's your secondary engage. But for IGN, they don't have any form of engage at all. Yes, you have the Glorious Pathway, but after that, nothing to follow up, no possible CC to really do anything at this point. So IGN need to go back to the drawing board in terms of the draft and maybe figure something out. And after that, then you can tell that might be an even game. But looking back at it right now, you did not see the impact of respect, right? You did not feel like the Suyo was playing this game even. An underwhelming performance that what we're used to seeing from IGN, especially out of respect. Aaron, the creator, was all over the place, but respect was just, I don't know. I felt like he wasn't even playing the game at this point because this Suyo not being present, yes, you're there in the neutral objectives for the first take, but after that, not really there. Because if you take a look at the damage stats, right? Yes, you have a 3-2-6, but 24% damage done. You're not there in these team fights, and that's what I'm talking about. 56% team participation. So basically, for about 7 to 8 kills in the game, you're not present with the team. And as the jungler looking to rotate in and around the map on the early phase of the game, you want to be the difference maker because the Suyo has a level 3 power spike compared to anyone else in this game. He could have had this game up and running from level 3 in about 1 minute 15 seconds and start snowballing, but unable to do so means that Serar Moon had a little bit more time, found the opening, just dove onto the back line because nobody was there to stop him apart from Susan's Law and Order. But you need that again to get the stun on towards Art when he has the AOG. So Serar Moon definitely had more wings to fly around, and Respect really needs to find something to do with this Suyo and kind of make his presence felt in the Land of Dawn.
Definitely agree with you on to that. And we will be seeing if Respect will actually be bouncing back onto the game number 3 or not. So we'll be taking a short break. Till then, stay tuned. And we are back with game number three, grand finals on to Bahab MIC, Mobile India Championship. So this is going to be a 1-1 for both of the side of Team Eliminators as well as Team IGN. I'll be your caster Itami, and joining me this time will be none other than one of the veteran casters from the Indian MOBA scene. That is going to be none other than Peachy. So hello Peachy, how are you doing?
Hello, Itami. Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are enjoying the match as well. Team Eliminators made a 360 comeback right here. So I am excited to see the third match of the day. Loki, there were like a lot of predictions going on onto the chat that, Team IGN going to sweep up this game. It was Team Eliminators who's going to sweep up the game. But both the teams, they just proved everyone wrong. So 1-1 score. Let's dive into the draft.
Definitely. And Team IGN, they are definitely showing some respect to the chip that Art mostly picks up and comes up really handy for the side of Team Eliminators. So they won't be seeing that chip anytime soon because there are two reasons. One is Art is quite comfortable with the chip. Eliminators, they know how to utilize that chip. And second thing is, Chip has recently got some adjustments. So he can be teleporting anywhere anytime. So those teleportation plays can be coming up quite handy when it comes to those team fights. So Chip would have been quite troubling. And this time, Team Eliminators, they have decided to ban out Mario's Phobias. It got picked out onto the two games. Second game, they were able to, find out that opening and they were able to get the game. But I do believe that Phobias from that Mario was definitely giving that kind of trouble for the side of Team Eliminators.
Agreed. And there's a rise of a phobias coming into the EXP lane quite lately. New patch, every single time we see a new patch coming in, you get surprises. Once meta ago, like few patches ago, you were like new itemization being come here, and then this and that. But here we are looking at like minor changes in the heroes being happened as well. Lucas, one of the notable heroes who did get a little bit of a revamp despite being the newest addition into the Mobile Legends 5v5 family. But again, he's very good right now. Don't you think so, Itami?
I do agree. And which he has decided to ban out the Jushin. She recently got some adjustments actually, but she consumes a lot of mana and she is not that much dominant onto the game. We mostly saw Jushin banned onto the ranked as well as onto the tournament scene. So I kind of hoped that after this nerf, maybe Jushin will be out from the nerf scene, but apparently that is not happening because the Lantern Flare, it will be giving out a lot of crowd control that your team needs onto the early phases of the game.
That's true. That's true. But moving ahead into the draft. Okay, again we are looking at a small pause coming in. Maybe one of the members are having some kind of network issue. But here at the MIC, we will be looking at those issues being resolved very quickly. But still, then stay put. Do bring in your water bottles. Do bring in your dinners. It's getting quite late as well. But other than that, I am expecting a Lucas to be banned or maybe a Suyu to getting banned because Suyu, yes, it was a monumental pick under the last game, but again, it kind of fell off the late game. But at the same time, the Sicilian, it was a notable pick. The Sicilian should be, taken or maybe banned. What do you think, Atami?
Definitely agree. Sicilian gives the lead and Team IGN as well as Team Eliminate able to find that advantage that they were supposed to onto both of these games. First game condition for the side of Team IGN, they got the Sicilian, and for the side of Team Eliminators, the same happened. They extended it out to the late game. They had the Sicilian for their side, and he was dealing some ridiculous amount of damage onto the late game phases. So it can be a priority pick, but if Team Eliminators or Team IGN, if one of them, like one of the sides picks out the Sicilian again, they need to be picking out something like maybe the Louis that will be dishing out that early as well as mid phases of the game kind of damage, and won't be letting that Sicilian farm as he like the farm he requires. And that might be the win condition. But if it extends to the late game, definitely we will be seeing the Sicilian dishing out a lot of damage and changing out the entire scenario of the game.
last game it happened, so why not this game as well? So both the teams, it should be a push and pull, that they cannot leave it out open. But at the same time, Sicilian, yes, it can be countered, but there's one more pick that we cannot forget: the Granger. He's
Yep.
sitting as the S tier right now of the goal lane. Either you have to ban the Harriet, either you have to ban the Granger or the Irithel. Irithel does comes into the play when you see a Granger, but other than that, it's not a popular pick nowadays. I don't know what happened, but there's another hero that's climbing up to the S tier. I want to see him so badly into the S tier right now, like taking taking one of the three heroes out of the meta. I'm talking about the Brody. The Brody, yes. I want to see the players picking it up. I want to see how they are, dominating the lane. But this match, maybe or maybe not, let's see.
Yep, and looks like the pause has finally been resumed, and both of the sides they will be proceeding with those bans. And as you said, Brody got some adjustments on patch, so there, if Brody goes out against Irithel or maybe a Clint, Brody has the higher advantage because has got the range, and his early to the mid game, he will be one of the most, he is one of the most strongest early game marksmen onto the game. So Brody can be quite understandable, but onto the late game phases is where he kind of upples up. So Brody, it can be situational kind of a pick, but in my opinion, it won't be as much prioritized as that Granger, the Irithel, as well as the Harith is getting prioritized onto the bowling.
Agreed. And as we were talking about that, one of the heroes should be banned after the goal lane team Eliminators have proceeded with the Granger. They don't want to leave it open. They want Fate to go ahead with a Parrot this time. Once again, maybe or maybe not. Or some of the other heroes should be here, but at the same time, Team IGN, what is it going to be? 5 seconds left onto the clock. Now you're talking about the Suyu getting banned, but no, it's the Matilda, one of the signature hero from Art. But this time, what is it going to be?
Those additional heals as well as those guiding winds, we won't be seeing it onto that match. Matilda, as much as the game progresses, once she gets her core items like the Flask of is followed by Enchanted Talisman and all, she will be able to give out a lot of heals as well as ability that her team needs. So Matilda ban is valid. And from the side of Team Eliminators, they have decided to go out with a flex pick that is the high loss. It can be art or it can be legend picking it out, but apparently it is legend. So I am expecting a high loss EXP. And in terms of those initiations, he will be able to dish out a lot of, he will be able to tank out a lot of damage. And okay, as we mentioned, win priority for both of the sides was that Sicilian. So which won't be wasting any much more time, and looks like it is looking kind of similar to the first game's draft. It was respect with that Lucas jungle and which with
Yes.
that mid lane Sicilian. So we might be seeing some similar kind of scenarios, or maybe it will be Mirio onto the EXP lane with that Lucas.
Okay. Now we might be looking at, yes, you're right about that. Maybe you're going ahead with a Lucas while you're talking about which picking up a Sicilian. I'm surprised to see that, Team Eliminators have picked up a high loss as their first pick. There is a CC to counter them all. We are not yet into the ban phase as well. Maybe pushing a Lucas onto the jungle, taking a CC onto the EXP. That could be the scenario that you might be looking at. But once again, Mario being the EXP laner, maybe they're just like trying to go ahead with clearing the lanes, get the damage onto the team fights. But as we have talked about, the counters are there for the Sicilian, yes, number one counter, the Eve coming onto the play. What are your thoughts on the Eve, Itami?
Eve is actually good if they have a tanky kind of a, if Team IGN, they decide to go out with a sustainable kind of a composition, that real world manipulation plays, as well as those pokes coming out from that Eve will be quite annoying for that tankier side because the burn damage will be there, and Eve is not a burst kind of a mage. It's more like a continuous magic damage dealer. So Eve has the advantage onto that. with those real manipulation plays, he can do the zoning, and it will be depending upon bit how well he will be able to utilize it. But okay, team IGN, they will be responding with CC, so we might be seeing another Lucas Jungle coming up from Respect.
Highly possible, highly possible. Maybe they can go ahead with no marksman as well. Very, very lopsided idea, but it can be there, you know. But other than that, back into the banning phase. Now the Harriet should be respected right here. Fate, he's very good on the Harriet. The last game, it played out very well into his hands, especially which now. If Fate picks up the Harriet, he has to position himself in a way that he cannot be caught, because you have seen how the Sicilian changes the game with just stacking upon him. But moving ahead with the bans, Hayabusa will be taken off. Very good ban, but there are still many heroes open. What are your predictions, Itami?
Okay, Harith is also getting banned out, and Aaron the creator, no, he was actually giving some trouble for the side of with those one force as well as those chrono dash plays coming up from that Harith. So he has that Harith has that burst kind of a potential, and he is definitely S tier gold laner. Harith is still an S tier gold laner even after all of those nerfs he received. Granger ban, that is acceptable because Fate as well as Aaron, they are both comfortable with Granger, and those are both of their signature picks. So Granger is quite acceptable here too. And Respect, he might be going out with another jungler ban, or maybe it will be another, what do you call it? It will be another gold laner ban coming inside the Irithel is quite possible too. So okay, as I predicted, that is going to be Irithel.
Yes, the Irithel getting banned. Now, even though there's no Granger coming onto the play yet, people have been playing Irithel no matter what. This is the beauty of having a S tier goal laner on your team. But at the same time, one last ban coming in from the side of team Eliminators. What is it going to be? Because the junglers, both the sides, yes, they still have to prioritize. Maybe you're talking about a link getting banned. That's like the last idea that I might be looking at. But anything in your mind, Atami, right now, that what could be the last ban?
Okay, the Gacha ban coming up from that is definitely a flex ban considering the roam position is open. So flex won't be the right word. I would say they are targeting the roamer. Josen is quite comfortable with the gut. He could have been coming up with a strong place, but apparently we won't be seeing that Gatot Kacha anymore. It will be the CC EXP. So I kind of believe that Jaws might be going out with, or maybe he will be going out with another initiator kind of a tank, which will be able to take that frontline damage as well as make those initiations for the side of his team. So it will be depending upon what they are going to be picking. But Aaron the creator, it is IGN's draft. It is giving me kind of deja vu of the game because Aaron as well as Respect and which they went out with the three similar heroes. It was only a bit easy with that CC onto the first game, which didn't work out for the side of Team Eliminators. And Team IGN, they are going out with that similar draft. And Sirar Moon, it worked out. The Joy worked out for his second game, and he will be trying his once again. It will be the Joy for the side of Team Eliminators onto the jungle position.
Looking quite great. The picks coming in. I wasn't expecting a Bruno to be on the play, but at the same time, Faith, he's still fixing and locks in with Harry. They want to melt down the CC, they want to melt down the Lucas, especially Lucas with the highest HP, almost closing out to a Gatot Kacha. Now, Ceramon, classic pick coming in from his side, but at the same time, now respect. The pressure is on onto him. What jungler could he go ahead with against a Joy? Is it going to be an Alpha? Is it going to be an Xborg? Xborg, not so popular, but still works though.
Yep, Xborg might be quite questionable, but still, I still believe that Respect will be going out jungle. He won't be able to sustain that much damage because it will be that jungle. He will be onto that jungle position with that retribution, and it won't be that much, the tankiness won't be that much. But Team IGN, they have decided to try out their luck. They have decided to go out with the Khalid, and Jozen will be picking out that Khalid roam, followed by the CCEXP. CC with the Purify. So that is kind of interesting because I was expecting, in order to tank that damage coming up from Fate, the Blade Armor as well as that Vengeance would have been giving carry the damage instead, but apparently that is not the case, and they will be trying to get rid of that crowd control coming up from the side of Team Eliminators. So I gotta ask you, PG, both of the drafts are quite strong, but who would be having that early game advantage?
Early game advantage. I believe it will be Team Eliminators who would be having, given the fact that they have the joy, best early game jungler that you might be looking at. But before that, ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome you into the third game of the day. You guys are watching a Team Eliminators versus Team IGN, both having one score onto their hands. What is it going to be? Third match going on so intense that Zaujen wants to come in for a little bit of information. And Itami, coming back to your question as well. Early game, yes, Eliminators, but we are looking at a three-fighter jungler lineup. Sorry, not a jungler, the three-fighter lineup. That's too much.
Definitely. And carry, Aaron, if not Aaron, actually, it's Fate with the carry. And if his positioning is up to the point and he doesn't get zoned out, then carry will be dishing out a lot of damage. Fighter kind of a sustainable kind of a composition that came up from the side of Team IGN. But okay, an engage coming up will be a first blood. I was talking about the Vengeance. Mirio had the Purify, and early game CC won't be that much sustainable.
That's right about it. While Team Eliminators pressing down the advantage of having the early game for themselves, yes, they're the ones taking it away. Now, on to the other hand, I love how Bid is comfortably farming. He just wants to chill out. Now, the real world manipulation is something to be seen though, because the hitbox that it gives, the zoning that it gives is really a lot.
I do agree, and they will be trying to focus. They will be trying to focus onto the neutral objective that is going to be turtle that will be spawning onto the next few seconds. But Aaron the Creator, he is getting quite poked down onto the golden side. Carry is having more of an advantage, at least for now, and she is dealing some early game kind of a damage. But Josen?
Oh, look at them. A little bit of a close call for him, but no, he will be safe as of now.
Yep, the flicker was forced out by that Khalid. Raging Sandstorm as well as that be coming up onto that turtle fight, and an uncontested turtle for the side of Team Eliminators. They will be able to get it. It is quite easy kind of a turtle, and they had the first skill for the side too. So slight of a goal lead advantage, but still we gotta keep it on point that Team IGN, they still have the Sicilian for the side. So late game insurance is definitely there unless that Sicilian gets taken down quite often. Oh,
That's true, but into the mid game, I do see Art coming up with an ejector. A little bit of a slow game for both the sides, but it's okay. It's okay because Team Eliminator is moving towards the bottom lane. Aaron, the creator, was it going to be? Because either he has to give up the turret or he is giving up his life. But Art moves in with the ejector and his ultimate gets Aaron, the creator, and Sarah moves, picks up the kill.
Respect is trying to dive in with that ultimate. But still the zoning is not up to the point, but okay.
Okay. Art still surviving. Sanguine Cross does not connect there very well. At the same time, you do see the high loss coming up. Legend, he is here into the bottom lane, still dealing damage. Fate picks up the kill. Zaujen will be moving down a marksman, taking down a roamer, but no. Has another plans trying to make a re-engage in, and he will be moving backwards.
Yep, and 3 trades for the side of Team Eliminators. 3 kills, as well as the booty being early game wise. We did predicted that Eliminators will have a better early game composition, and it is working out for them pretty well. So next game, next few minutes, it will be depending upon the mid as well as the late composition coming up from both sides. The turtle about to be spawning, and looks like, looking at the map control, it might be Team Eliminators once again with the uncontested turtle for the side.
Okay, team Eliminators pressing down their advantages. They are, making sure that they get that early game into their hands.
Yep, and the turtle about to be, yeah, the turtle has already, and they are trying to play that zoning the turtle lane, and looks like Moon as well as Respect are already onto the position to be contesting it. He is back onto the scene, but that electrify.
Oh, the curtain calls are here along with the legend flowing them down with the sacred beast taking down members one by one. But Fate also in a very comfortable position takes away the double kill. Is it going to be a triple? Because Augen's not looking very good in position. But killing spree picked up by the Serra Mundo. Oh my god, that's a 2-for-3 trade.
2 for 3, as well as the jungler being taken down from the side of Team IGN. So, okay, electrifying beat created the sanguine clause, but still, okay, Saramon was able to escape. He didn't have his retribution, so he decided not to contest it. He gave it up to Fate, and Team Eliminators, they will be able to secure the second turtle.
Let's go. Now, Team IG, and even despite not having a early game into their hands, they are still trying to thrive out of the the little bit of HP that they have, because frontliners, yes, very high HP damage. They have to wait it out from the mid game to the late game. 5 minutes into the games you're talking about, and the creator getting so much pressure, especially Zaugen as well. But Mirio, look at that onto the top lane. We will be looking at him looking so low, and he will be taken down.
Yep, they are able to find that trade, and Mirio onto the Purify onto that sea not work. He is not able to tank that damage, and he is definitely not having that good of an early game as well as the mid game, and the map control looking better for the side of Team Eliminators, at least for now. They will be trying to engage more often, and looks like in terms of the trades, it was Team Eliminators who got the one extra trade compared to the side of Team IGN. So if they are able to keep it up, they will be having more advantage onto the game. They are able to get another tower with that 2 tower advantage already, as well as a 5k goal lead for the side.
There we go, a little bit of a goal into the hands of Team Eliminators. They are thriving with the momentum that they created for themselves, but at the same time, Team IGN, they have to move in quickly. Despite not having mid-game heroes, they still have to find a way. They still have to make sure that they are the ones taking the advantages away from them. But let's just wait and watch, because it is the Sicilian into the hands of Team IGN this time. But Team IGN making a concealed play.
Concealed play in order to take down the, I believe they that someone from the side of Team Eliminators, they were trying to that bot lane, but unfortunately that is not the case. They will be going out for the third objective, that is going to be that third turtle, and it will be another uncontested one, I suppose. And looks like Team IGN, they're definitely not having a good time, but an engage might be coming top side. It won't be happening. The electrifying beats was also played out, as well as the sick beast. Okay, the RW.
Oh, look at them, which will be marked down and taken down as well. Look at them, Fate creating a fateful moment for himself. But and the creator does get a good opportunity to take down turrets from the bottom lane.
Indeed, and for the side of Team Eliminators, the carry, it's actually a trump card kind of a pick that actually is coming up, because against the Lucas as well as the CC and the Khalid, it's definitely working like wonders. As soon as the team fights are engaging, Respect is able to dish out some damage with the Sacred Beast, but as soon as he faces that carry, he is immediately getting melted down. So as much as Fate is able to get his core items, it is definitely more troublesome for the side of Team IGN, unless which has also only gotten taken down once. If he is able to farm it out, and those sanguine claws as well as the bat impact is able to dish out some decent amount of damage, then the scenario can be quite different.
That's right about it, but it's just a little bit of a game into the hands of Team Eliminators as of now. Look at them, Legend going in with the glorious pathway, but in turn slowing them down, while Team IGN has not accepting the invite of the team fight.
Yes, indeed. And looks like the Lord will be spawning on at the map. They will be having the higher advantage in order to take down that first Lord. And if the Lord, if they are able to sink those lanes, then they will be able to get both objectives. That is going to be those towers. They are able to take it out, then more map control for the side of Team ET. And if they are able to do so, that will be a major win, major win objective for them.
Oh, that's right about it. But a little bit of a slow game, and as you know, Team Eliminators are about to take down the Lord for themselves. Take a look at the itemizations coming in. I really love the micro plays coming in from Mirio this time. He picked up the healing crystal. Yep, the healing necklace does work it out very well. But okay, the raging
Oh,
sandstorm wants Art this time, which will be in turn traded out while Art leaves away with sliver of HP.
that is actually a really big trade because the Sicilian was the only insurance
Oh, oh,
is
oh.
definitely not a good answer, but onto the mid side, okay, quite peaceful engages, but still they have decided to disengage, and looks like onto all of the lanes, they are trying to sink those lanes in order to end that game as possible.
I see, I see. Team IGN, they're trying to wait for the power spike to come in from and the creator as well as the Sicilian, but they are not able to find the momentum for themselves. Now they have to create it for themselves, but at the same time, the Lord is marching down. While Sarah Moon have been forced out his, electrifying beat. Look at Legend at the back lane, which leaves away with barely 10 HP left. Now the hitbox is giving them the damage that they wanted, but Unstoppable picked up by Fate, and four members are down for this. The Lord is there, the crystal is all open, and Team Eliminators picks up a win.
Team Eliminators with the game number 3 and 2-1 for their side. 2 points ahead, two more in order to secure those grand finals. And Team IGN, they will be requiring three more games. So they are already 1 point behind. And I would say the draft, it didn't work out as expected from the side of Team IGN. And I do believe, Aaron the creator, he was also able to farm it out on the gold lane too, as well as which who was the late game insurance for the side of Team IGN. He was not able to, farm it out and hold out onto the late game. It's only the glowing mod onto his side and the elegant gem. He was not able to complete those itemizations. And Eliminators, they will be taking this easy win for the side. So it will be 2 more points in order to secure the grand finals realistically. So IGN still have a chance to come back, PG.
Agreed, agreed. Not a performance that we were looking at coming in from the side of Team IGN. They did not think about the early game secure. They did not get a very good early game. But at the side of Team Eliminators, look at that. Look at the score of Fate 603. He has every single item, like every core item on his hand. He's dealing so much damage right from the game, like right from the minute one.
I do agree, and Seramon will be taking the MVP, but I do believe the draft as well as the early as well as the mid advantage way more favorable for the side of Team Eliminators, and they perfectly executed it. So we will be back with game number 4 with more action. It is 2-1, Eliminators having the lead, and they will be trying to extend that lead in order to make that match point and take the grand finals. But if IGN, it will be depending upon how IGN are going to be bouncing back with this. So we will be back as soon as possible. Stay tuned.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let me welcome you back right here at the MIC. Now, back again, you guys know this is the finale. The stage is all set for the side of Team IGN versus Team Eliminators. Who is it going to be? Because Team Eliminators, who are having 2 points into the hands, while IGN with 1 point. Let's dive into the game number 4. It's me, Peachy, your caster, and along with me, I have Itami today. Hello, Itami. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Peachy. And as we mentioned, Team Eliminators, they are like they already have 2 points onto their marks. So it will be a best of seven, and it will be the four win like four win condition for both of the sides. So IGNs they still need three victories, and Team Eliminators they only need two. So onto the previous game, we did see some kind of a domination coming up Eliminators, maybe mostly because of the draft, and if we gotta see like how they are going to team hygiene, how they will be responding onto this best of seven series coming up, PG.
You know, yes, I want to see how it is going to be happening because Team IG and they have realized that the only game they needed into their hands. Now, coming back to the drop, the chip will be banned along with the joyhead. They don't want to keep it open. Understandable, one of the very good picks coming in from Art, but at the same time, respects Fanny won't be open as well.
Okay, they are banning out Mario's Phobius once again. So that Phobius was definitely a trouble, apparently, for the side of Team Eliminators, because the zoning as well as those Infernal Pursuit plays against a mobility hero is way too good. So the Team IGN they have decided to trade the first pick as the Matilda. So in my predictions, it is going to be maybe an alpha or maybe a Suyo pick coming off from the side of Team IGN. Because with an assassin, I do believe Matilda doesn't work out as much as it does with the utility kind of a jungler. That can be the alpha, or maybe the Suyo.
Okay, but once again, it's a ceiling going down into the hands of Team Eliminators. Now, this is looking very good for them. But Zaushen, now, Matilda, the evergreen pick, I love this pick. This is one of the heroes that has been into the meta right after she was released as well. So, yes, it works out very well. She's still staying, guys.
Yep, and Team Eliminators, they have decided to, rely onto that Sicilian once again. They won't be giving out on that Sicilian to Witch, but instead they will be picking it off for themselves. It is looking quite kind of similar, and as I predicted, with that Matilla, a utility kind of a jungler move works out. So that will be a fighter jungler. It could have been the Alpha or maybe the Suyo, but apparently Respect once again picking out that Duke for his side. But maybe it might be, kind of a twist this time. So it can be going on onto the EXP or maybe onto the jungle. But we have already seen IGN picking up the Lucas jungle for 2 times. First game it worked out, but second game it didn't. Third game, we will be seeing which lane he will be prioritizing.
Okay. Now again, but I'm coming on to the play. We are looking at a not a Granger, not a Everethel, but had it. Interesting because whenever you see a Granger, you tend to pick up a Irithel as a counter for it, but not this time. Looks like Aaron the creator has different plans and going in